Hello guys, good to see you. I will just put the music down. You know, it's just an equivalent of like I know a person who was you know, listening to Witcher music and just like driving circles around Warsaw. In that case, when the good song hit, you know, not to finish too early. Yeah, it was fun. I love to see you here, guys. It's amazing. It's amazing you're joining us. I'm rocking today the Witcher shirt. I was looking for something the most appropriate for a Father's Day, because as you know, today on some of the in some countries it's a Father's Day. So all the best to our fathers, especially if there are some fathers among us, I guess, because our audience here is a bit older. So I suspect there are some fathers here. So all the best for all the best for the fathers. Yeah, Muzzy wrote Among Us. How was the vacation? Vacation was cool. It was only 6 days, and I literally came back yesterday afternoon. So for me it was basically a week away. So I've been working like, you know, the week before, and you know, this whole week I was off, and tomorrow I'm going back to work, and I cannot wait. To be completely honest with you, I missed both you know, streaming and work, but it's awesome actually to rest, you know, from time to time. I didn't have a break for quite some time. So, having that out of the way, I think it would be great to mention our moderators today and Reds that I already saw on the channel. We have, of course, Ayano. Ayano's our UI producer, and she's our moderator. She's here every week, and I really appreciate her presence. She's also streaming. She's streaming Destiny 2 together with Chivok. Chivok is our customer support specialist, and they have amazing doggy corgi called Ace. So if you want to check it out, Ayano is in my recommended streamers. And inside of that, you have, of course, Sapphire. Sapphire is my girlfriend. She's always helping out us with the modding, and of course, aside from that, we have already a few Reds. I see Vitrian, our of course our cinematic designer that you know very well, and we have Muzzy. Muzzy is our acting lead art QA. I remember it correctly now, so I do not you know, miss your title this time around. I'm sure there will be more Reds coming in during the stream. Same as always. When you spot anybody with a diamond icon, you can be sure that this is a member of the Red team. Yeah. So aside from that, so what I the hype trade. Yeah, I see it. Thank you guys so much for all the subs. It's appreciated. By the way, you can also see that actually I have added the GIFs as as icons. Like some of them are actually pretty funny. Like for instance, it's a new thing on Twitch. It's cool. And there will be actually more like GIFs and so on, because we are working together with a really cool artist to actually bring back, to refresh the channel and bring back some cool icons. But anyway, having that said, oh yeah, and we have Kajtek Kapuściński. Kajtek is of course our acting cinematic lead. Kajetan was a guest here, I think that was 3 weeks ago at this point already, and you can check it on YouTube. Nightbot is from time to time pasting a link to my YouTube channel where you can actually check out all the recordings from that videos. And so, wow, Ayano, thank you so much. You just gifted so many subs. Damn, okay. That's so nice of you. Thank you so much, Ayano. This is appreciated. Oh god. Okay, thank you, Ayano. Guys, I wanted to show you something. So on one of my tweets, I actually mentioned that I got a really cool present. It's this time in Sapphire. So I got this. This is a Cyberpunk controller, like a completely customly made from Pope Arts, I believe, right? Pope. You probably know Pope. Pope is he is basically creating like a lot of different like overlays for like consoles and so on. It looks really awesome, to be honest, and I really like the design. I really like the colors and so on. So I was testing it already. Feels great. So for the stream purposes, it's nicer actually for me to play with mouse and keyboard, because I will be switching a lot between Twitch Studio and the game. So it's a bit harder with the controller. But for my personal, I would say, playthroughs, I'll definitely use controller. So yeah, so this is a present from Sapphire. Okay then, and I see that already we have Stealth Spell who joined us. Good to see you. Despina. Despina is our quest designer. Zero deaths with that controller. Yeah, we'll see, my friend, if that is really the case, if that really can happen. I already have the game running on a second monitor, so I'll now just load the game because we have, I think we have finished playing just after talking to Judy. It's the double life quest. So we have found Evelyn. That was last thing, and then we have spoken to Judy and saved the game. So right now I think we'll be kicking off the quest with Placide and Voodoo Boys. However, I'm not planning to do this one. I wanted to do a bit more side quests this time around and so on, just like have more fun with the game. For the record, guys, I set the game to hard on one of the last streams, so bear with me. The game is on hard. By the way, there was a question already if there will be a guest today. So guys, as I mentioned, like I literally arrived from a vacation yesterday afternoon. So I honestly simply didn't have a time to organize that, but I just didn't want to skip the stream today with you. So that's the reason. Oh, by the way, and of course, you can say hi to YouTube. I'm sorry, I forgot about this this step. The question is, how was my vacation? It was awesome. It was a great rest. I haven't been doing anything in particular aside of spending time with my girlfriend. Aside of course, watching Mr. Robot. We have finished the season 4. That was I think that was the last one that we watched, and then we started watching The Expanse season 5. Yeah, it was. And that was pretty much it. It was very much like a lot of resting and so on. Sorry, I just messed up my hair completely and now it's confusing me. Let's leave that topic aside. I'm now switching to the game, and we are here. I don't think you can hear the game, right? Because I have the game. I have the game kind of quiet. Yeah, let me switch it back to this. Okay. Yeah, I think now it should be all good. You're cheering for me. Thank you. That's appreciated. Okay, guys. And by the way, we are playing on 1.23. I'm so happy, actually, that the next patch came out. As always, like we are paying a lot of we're paying a lot of attention to like testing and making sure that all the patches are very solid for you. So of course, patch has been in testing and preparation before I left for my vacation. So I was just waiting for that moment, for it to go out. Yeah, improved performance. Yeah, I know it was. Like, you saw basically in our patch, there was like a note that the performance has been improved, but holy hell, there was like so many things that have been like fixed behind the scenes and so on, just to make this look good and feel right. Okay, guys, so right now I wanted to actually show you something. So here, on Judy's computer, you probably have checked the messages and so on. There's actually plenty of really cool things here on this computer. But one thing that I really wanted to show you guys is I think this story, which is the run that really cracked me up. It's basically like I can call it like behind the scenes story, kind of. And I will tell you why in a moment. So look at this. Let's read this message together. So Judy basically wrote to somebody called Sydney Roberts, right? And Judy wrote, I'd like to explore my options about an unlawful juvenile detention when I was 16 years old. I'm pretty sure I owed some kind of compensation. I'm looking for a lawyer who can take on this case for 10% of awarded sum. And then Sydney, who's most likely a lawyer, then looking from this context, Ayano, thank you so much. You gifted even more subs. Jesus. There's a question if penguins have knees. I honestly don't know. It's a very good question. We may have to research that topic. And then and the answer from Sydney, hello, can you please provide more details? How are you so sure the sentence was unlawful? And then you can read, I was convicted for stealing a fire truck and for the illegal use of property belonging to fire department, except I didn't steal that truck. I found it on a scrapyard and fixed it up. It took me half a year, but when I was done, it looked better than factory new. They busted me on my first ride. Nobody believed that I didn't steal it. And then Sydney goes, winning compensation for the city council is extremely difficult, in my opinion, not worth the trouble. And then Judy answers, so you don't believe me either, thanks for nothing. And why am guys showing you that messages? I'll go back to the messages in a moment, but look at this. Where's our Judy, actually?
You got any idea how to get in touch with the Voodoo Boys?
Okay, she's asking us about the Voodoo Boys. I'll check it, but do you guys see this? Do you see what it is? This symbol there that she has tattooed on her hair?
Hey, get it together.
Oh, thanks, Judy. So that symbol is a fire truck, of course, right? So guys, the reason why this fire truck is here, and this is a very interesting story, like very early, basically, when we've been like experimenting and so on with the game, one of the versions of the story that in this case Sarah, who's a quest designer, and Magda, who is a writer, so Sarah Grimmer and Magda Zich, they proposed a version basically of what happens in that email. So we've been like tinkering with a version. Okay, maybe it should be like this, that Judy has her fire truck and you and basically you fix that fire truck with her and you like drive that fire truck and you get busted on the way. So that is one of the reasons why she mentions it, because basically like, okay, kind of like we were like iterating that version of a story, we reached a conclusion, okay, that probably doesn't really work that well, or simply we had a better idea for what would work better for the game, you know, with the pyramid song that a lot of people really like. And I think like at the end of the day, pyramid song is probably a better quest than the one about the fire truck. But both Sarah and Magda really loved the idea about the fire truck, and that's why it's mentioned here, and that's why Judy has a tattoo about it. So where is the DLC, Pavel? I have no knowledge about the DLC. I'm sorry. Fire truck confirmed? No confirmation about any fire trucks, guys. So anyway, and here you basically have like one of the examples of things when we are building a backstory of a characters, right? And using all those text messages and emails and exchanges between characters to flesh them out better. So let's check what Evelyn was talking to Judy about. Hey, it's been 1,000 years since we saw each other. What's up with you, girl? You still cooped up in Susie's basement, still with Mako? Hoping at least one of those things isn't true anymore. So, I've got a tiny favor to ask. Okay, it's more like a humongous favor. Super important to me, but shouldn't be breeze for a geek like you. Howl back at me. You can see basically, okay, it's a message probably when like after some time, Evelyn messaged Judy, right? To just like find out what was actually going on. And then Judy answers, hey, Ev, might straight up just telling me what's going on. This got anything to do with your previous messages? And yes, one of those things isn't true anymore. I need you to scroll virtue for me. That's it. I promise. In exchange, I'll make sure you don't have to do anything for the rest of your life but art. Let's just meet, okay? Where I can find you these days. Susie's basement. So yeah, last time in the past, when we were playing, we met actually Susie Q. And we were even discussing, you know, the way the badass way she looks and whatnot. Thank you so much, guys, for all the subs and beats and cheers. It's really nice of you. There's an idea from Uranium Bullet. Maybe I can make a subscription notification that Skippy pops up and says thanks, Tube. That's actually a pretty fucking rad idea, I have to admit. Thanks, man, for it. I will actually check with my artist, who's sometimes visiting us. Actually, this is you may know him. It's Lord of Rivia. Lord of Rivia did a lot of art for Holly when she's streaming. So I'll poke Lord of Rivia and just ask about this idea. It's pretty cool. Question from Romulus: Could you tell us who Sophie was supposed to be? That's a good question, Romulus. I don't remember this character. Huh. I really don't remember, to be honest. Like, I mean, I suspect it's some kind of character from one of the versions, when we were iterating stuff, but I really don't remember Sophie. And like, I've been in Red since long time, and since like the first fucking sentence was written about Cyberpunk, so I actually should know. And I really don't remember her, so I don't think she was like a major important character. Sophie? Sorry to disappoint you, but it seems I don't know. Okay then, I think, because here are some, some messages about the background and so on, but I think, is there anything else that I wanted to show you? I think this might be actually interesting. Evelyn to Judy. Hey Jude, sorry about earlier today. I was pissed at Susie and you took the flak for it. I know you. Know how you work, but you played the wrong hand. I know. Talk to her again once you're both chilled. I'm sure you'll be fine. I doubt it. Okay, well, it seems that they have been. It seems that they've been, in conflict together. Guys, let's go to Judy. I'm just looking. Jesus, there's oh god, there's so many of you who already redeemed points. There's a game dev career advice redeemed from Boyk. Are you? Oh, Boyk. Is it the reference to a book from Stephen King about like that deadly car? Do I remember it correctly? I think it is actually. So game dev career advice. Well, one of the advices actually I can give you, the one that we didn't talk about before in the past, is to do something that you can actually, that hasn't been possible before, and it's and I'm talking about like earlier stages of the development of game dev in general and so on, is to follow different game devs on platforms like Twitter. And specifically Twitter, but also Twitch. There's few game devs that are streaming. It's not that popular, but like some streamers, you have Holly, you have Miles, who is streaming, who's our level designer. He is also streaming. You can check him out. Of course, I'm streaming from time to time, so you can get in contact with this kind of people. But also, like, Twitter is an excellent place. There's so many really good game devs that actually have Twitter and very often tweet about interesting topics from a game dev, and you can learn so much. Like, I'm following myself like few game dev people, like primarily from Red, but there are also others that I'm checking regularly, where you can like read about interesting topics regarding game dev and things that are basically like like topics that are currently important and things that you can learn about. And there's like ton of really interesting discussions. For instance, recently there was a really heated discussion regarding durability of weapons in Zelda. In a recent Zelda game, and it's an like Twitter, both Twitter and Twitch are a really good source of information because you can get closer to that people. And it's an interesting thing that I've learned on psychology, right? You probably guys heard about this theory that we as a people, in a way, we are a sum of 5 people that are the closest to us, or like people that have the closest contact to us. I really don't believe personally that a sum of 5 people is something that make you as a person, because it's way more complex. By the way, I'm a psychologist by education, so I kind of know something about the topic. But what I'm trying to tell you is, when you're surrounding yourself with actually people that know more about the certain topics and so on, you can actually really learn a lot, even just by just sucking that information, even not consciously learning, but simply reading about
Get it together.
Why? Worried that I'll give Evelyn up to him?
No. I didn't trust you at first, but... Well, if you wanted to get back at Evelyn, you would have done it already.
So why the worried look?
I want it all to work out for you. You got a plan?
Okay. Let's ask
I'll
around.
ask around. Make a few calls. Let me put it this way. The Voodoo Boys wouldn't trust a cat if it walked onto their turf. But someone's gotta know a way in.
Well, good luck. I hope you won't need it.
Romulus wrote, I absolutely loved your 5-minute, 1-minute advice. I got instant results from it. Thank you for it. I'm glad Romulus really that works for you. I think it's a really good strategy, really good technique. And if you guys don't know what I'm talking about, 2 weeks ago when I was streaming last time, it was an advice regarding generating an ideas. So I just like shared one technique. You can check the stream on YouTube or on Twitch, of course, on the VODs, and check basically what we were talking about there. Hey man, just swung by to say huge heartfelt thank you for my favorite game of all time. Oh God, thank you so much. I'm really glad. I'm really glad you like it. Okay, thanks.
Thanks, Judy.
Thanks, Judy.
No, V. Thank you. You're a good person. Evelyn could never see what was under people's skin. If she could have gotten to know you a bit better, then... Who knows? Things might have turned out differently.
Okay. Such a sad story, though. Oh God, there are like longer questions from you guys. I don't really want to ignore you, but I'm trying to bounce and balance playing together with reading. Let me check the question from Shaft 2K. Did the reaction to the addition of Keanu Reeves change the plot storyline of Cyberpunk? It's a huge theory of contention among fans. Guys, I think we've been talking about it in the past, and like, you know, I cannot really add anything more to what we already told about. So let me maybe reiterate, because maybe like not all of you heard about it, and we talked about it multiple times that it didn't. It really didn't. Like, sure, it is a way that when you add a certain actor and an actor who's as unique as Keanu Reeves, it of course impact the characters and so on, but it didn't change the storyline. So I just like I don't really think that that theory has anything to do with reality, really. Like, I've been working on this game from very, very beginning, and I really didn't see any moment when like addition of Keanu would have impacted the storyline itself. Yes, it might have impacted like certain lines that he says, but that's a super normal thing, and it's not about like Keanu himself, but also just any actor, you know. Like sometimes you just like see, hey, you know, like let's say Judy or like whoever else works better, you know, saying those, oh, Claire calls us, this certain lines or that lines, but it's not that we were changing storyline for it. Max Boy, you wrote, laugh my ass off, ignored. I'm sorry, I didn't see your question. I'm not really ignoring anybody on purpose, so didn't really see your question, man. Besides, like, your guys' questions are insanely long. Like, reading them while I'm playing takes a lot of time. But anyway, I'm just mentioning it so that you know. Like, if you want your question, if you want me to check your question, just feel free to repaste it, you know, once again. Okay. So, just checking, grillowana kiełbasa, which basically is a grilled sausage in Polish, wrote about the fact that there was no DLC since half a year of the release of Cyberpunk. Yes, I mean, we are all aware of it. I mean, as we talked to you already, like, we are working on the free DLCs. As we mentioned, we are working on the patches for you and so on. And you know, like, you all know what's the reason, because we believe that it's more important for you to give you a to improve the game and to make sure that the core experience is good, rather than, you know, jump on something else. Because as we said, like, it's not that we are like, it's not that we are like abandoning Cyberpunk on anything like this, because this would be completely ridiculous, right? We are just we are working on the game and making sure that it's improved and it's as good state as it's only possible. I'm going to buy Mai Mai, guys, because I don't have a car. Yes, I don't have a car. So let me just get the Mai Mai. Okay, I'll just steal this one. We know you guys are working really hard. Yeah, I mean, I you know, I hope you guys will see it, you know, in time. I mean, we have released already multiple patches and so on. So, oh, and I see that Ero joined us. Thank you so much, Ero, for being here. Ero is our quest designer. You probably know him. Ero was here multiple times already. And Ero, just Claire called me, you know, and she offered. Oh, that's the domain.
For unknown reasons, the coordinates came through corrupted.
One of his cars. Cool. Okay. Damn, I just love when it's raining actually in Night City. Pepper driving. It's not. I'm not pepper driving. Look at this. Like I'm just doing it all fine, you know? It's going all okay. You know, I didn't kill anybody yet. With my driving skills. The leveling quests are one of the best. Yeah, it's the quest done by Moritz. Moritz is our quest designer, and Paweł Ochocki. Paweł is Vitri, and Paweł is also here on the chat. Paweł did scenes for this quest, so you can poke Paweł yourself and tag him. Yeah, rain looks so good. Yeah, I completely agree. Like on REX, the rain kicks ass. Nice haircut, by the way. I mean, I didn't cut my hair since like a month or so. So it's just like, I think my hair just looks like a wet chicken. I'm sorry for that. If I'm looking ridiculous a bit, you know how it is. You know how it is. In the fire of plague, nice car. Yeah, it's a cool car. You know. Jesus. God, let me guys change the radio. Actually, guys, I'll change the radio to the one that I really like. I think this one is cool. What GPU I'm using? You can check out you can check out my GPU in my about page on Twitch, but it's a 2080 Ti REX, right? Yeah, principal best station. Yeah, it's kind of cool. There's a question: is there any meaning behind FF06B5 written on the statue? I cannot tell you. Of course, there's a meaning. What do you think? Who do you think we are? We are CDP Red, dude. Of course, there's a meaning there. It's just like it would be so much. It would be way too easy for you. You know, some things need to be difficult to uncover. I love this music. By the way, it's Kizomba. Do any of you guys dance Kizomba? Okay, sorry, I'm not destroying any more cars on the way. At least that's not the plan. Holy shit, there's a lot of cars. The roads are slippery though nowadays. You know, I'm improving in driving, by the way, guys. I don't know if you realized. Haven't played Cyberpunk in a while, but it's still the most beautiful thing ever. I'm glad you like it. It's nice to hear that you're enjoying the game. Pavel, are you back that the Cyberpunk is back on PlayStation Store? Of course I'm happy, dude. It was fucking killing me inside. That was not. Of course, I'm happy. Jesus, I'm so glad that it's there. And it's just, you know, let's get the Mai Mai. Let's get the real thing, you know? Yeah, vehicle acquired, you know? Look at this beauty. The real beast is back. Okay, thanks Wakako. Okay guys, so we have car right now. Let's start like sorting out some of the side quests because this is start to pile up. And of course, you know, some of them have very high danger, so I'm not going there because I'm playing on very hard right now. Let's go do the, let's collect the our award from Wakako, reward, sorry. And save the game. Okay. There's a question, will there be something big tomorrow? 1.3 wink wink. I'm not speaking about any future things that we're working on, so. Blobobobo wrote, Pavel, I wanted to let you know that Cyberpunk is one of the best things I played. Thank you so much. I love the fact, I mean, it's awesome that you like the game. You know, I personally like the game a lot, but I still think that there are things to improve, and we are working on things. Oh, I think it... No, it didn't stop to rain. Jeez, I was under the... It's really raining nowadays a lot. Oh, I received a text from Sandra Dorsett? Sorry, I must have missed that. Yeah. I'll check in a moment. Yeah, I guess... Yes, exactly, because Sandra was probably reaching out to me regarding her trouble. Only Chads use Mai Mai, exactly. Where's DLC? Where is DLC? Well, you know... It's in the oven. It's in the oven. What I can tell you. Oh, hello, Lord of Rivia. Good to see you. Lord of Rivia is our senior mod. And as I was telling you guys before, Lord of Rivia is an artist that is working on some visual updates for the channel and some emotes and so on. So hopefully, maybe not so far from now, we will see some results. So... happy about it. Okay. Let's go to Wakako. Wakako, where are you? Okay. Hey Pavel, any updates for current gen players? I've been holding back on finishing the game because I want to experience best quality I could. Well, I mean, you know, so we have released the patch like literally 3 days ago, right? I think it was 3 or 4 days. So as you can imagine, like we are focusing on it, and all the work specifically surrounding the optimization and so on and back fixes is really, like, I think helping, you know, specifically the current gen or old gen the most. So why of all characters we are randomly able to kill Sandra Dorsett? I think it's the only time it happens in the game. She doesn't have the plot armor. It's a good question, Max boy. So the answer is this. Normally, when we are designing things and so on as a quest designers, because that call mostly comes from us, is because we are trying to give player options that feel natural to them. So basically, if the story is suited, is constructed in a way that it suggests that you may want to do something, we're trying to provide you with that option. Now, this unfortunately is very complex because sometimes basically providing you with just these options is extremely complicated and takes a lot of time. So it's not always possible just simply because of the I would call it like budgeting reasons.
You're looking for some
so
company
because of that,
tonight?
I just decided to visit. I think it's, are you Susan? I'm always Charlene. Yeah, it's just like just wanted to just Joy to the Ruby. I just decided to visit Joy to when I'm explaining this topic. So sometimes basically as a designer, when you are working on topics like this, you need to answer yourself a question. Okay, how much value I'm bringing to the player, and can I really afford this? So let's say as a quest designer or cinematic designers or writers, when we are working on a specific storyline, we are always trying to figure out, okay, is that something we can really afford and it works well for the story, or if we cannot. And you know, it's just like, as I was explaining it to you guys like multiple times in the past, already in the streams, it's not that you as a game dev, you can like add stuff to the game all the time and just keep on adding and you know it will be all fine. It won't be, because you guys don't want us to make this game or our next game or you know any next thing that we'll be working on 10 years, right? You don't want it, right? Like nobody wants to wait that long. We also don't want to. So we just need to be really reasonable, right? So that decision, you know, that you can kill somebody or not, always comes from that, I would say, trying to catch the balance between those topics, you know, us trying to stay reasonable, but also like give the player as many options as possible that fit naturally to the story, but in the same time do not really like blow up the budget, do not really blow up the game out of proportion in places when it doesn't really work or doesn't add anything new or fresh to the table. And in this case, in case of Sandra Dorsett, basically the designer who was working on it decided that it was feeling good and natural to actually do it and allow it for the player. I even remember that conversations regarding that topic. So I hope that it answers your question. Did I play Fallout 4? Yes, I did. And not too much, but I did.
Who do I spy but V?
Hello,
in my
Wakako.
humble parlor, no less.
I just love her face, by the way, guys. Just, I'm such a...
So what brings
like,
you here?
I'm just such a sucker for, like, just old people. You know, when it comes to, like, their faces and so on. I just love when our team just, like, spending a lot of time, like, carving all that. And, you know, look at those warts and those spots on her face. Like, she just looks incredibly well. So awesome. And by the way, the atmosphere here is so cool. I don't want to go out because I don't want to talk to her first, but I'll go back to the Pachinko parlor in a moment.
I'm waiting.
Yeah, I know you're waiting.
Something?
I'm just, you know. Let's ask her about her husband.
Can't help asking. How many of those husbands did you have?
5. All went before their time. Terrible family tragedy.
Not afraid that tragedy will strike you?
Have to live somehow. For my 9 sons.
Yeah, there's a comment regarding tattoos on her legs. Yeah, you can see that she has a very specific tattoos, and of course, if you know, like, understand, you know, sort of what faction she's following, which isn't probably too complex to guess, you will understand why those tattoos look like this. Pavo is the next husband to go down. No, not next husband to go down. Let's talk about Westbrook.
Nobody knows Westbrook like you do.
My husbands knew Westbrook, yes. Each of them very high in the tiger class. Ruled Japantown.
What did they do?
They did what made the best eddies. Gave them the most pull, sold sex and black market tech.
Oh God.
Have some outstanding biz to settle. Remember Sandra Dorsett?
Yeah, do
I
you
don't
remember
forget
Sandra?
Such things, V.
Do you remember Sandra?
Here is your reward. It comes with a fairly ample bonus.
Yeah.
Go see a Ripper Doc. They'll weave you a
do your
dermal
best
implant
in
that will
photo
enable smart gun compatibility. A tiger class specialty.
Okay. Thanks. So we will be going to Cassius Rider then to collect my reward. Look at this Pachinko parlor, by the way. I just love this place. Like always when you just walk in from here and just like it gives you such a special feel, you know, when they're like... Can you hear all those machines clucking? It's just an awesome feeling. And walking in here, just this...
Hello. You wanted to talk?
Nah, Wakako, just have your phone call. I'm fine. I'm fine. I'm going. Don't worry. That's actually quiet for Pachinko parlor, huh? Let us play them in the patch. You guys have been asking in the past about the arcade machines. I really don't have much more to add. Where the hell did I leave my car though? I think it was at the front. At the front, we have parked our Mai Mai, didn't we? Yes, that's our steed. That's our steed. Let's go to see the mini games confirmed. Nope, I'm not confirming anything. Guys, don't even try that. There's a theory that Santiago was scheduled to have more time in the game, but was replaced with Sal. Can you comment on it? Oof. I mean, throughout the production, we are doing like that kind of changes very often, to be honest. Like, and even looking at The Witcher 2 and Witcher 3, we had to do it multiple times because, like, sometimes when you're like building something, and then at some point, I would say, like, even it can be even fairly late. I would say you realize that shit, something doesn't work, or like some storyline or plotline doesn't work, and so on. Or for instance, there is a conflict in age of certain characters, and then you have to do it. Like, I haven't been particularly involved in the decision behind like Santiago and Saul, so I don't really know exactly what was the background and what exactly happened and what has been switched. But it is possible that the changes have been done there because they are done very often. So yeah. So because I know that there was, I think I saw it. Was Reddit a discussion regarding this specific topic, and it's actually not really a rare thing to do things like that, especially in a gigantic game like Witcher, like Witcher 3 or Cyberpunk. We had to do it many times with many characters because otherwise you end up with plot holes, sometimes, and sometimes you just uncover them very late, in the production. So I don't think it's really something very how to say it, unique. Jesus, it's good that my Mai Mai is so tiny, right, guys? Because I was able to get myself out from this sad place. Jesus, chat goes fast with the questions. Do you know where we can expect Witcher 3 or Cyberpunk next-gen release first? Roadmaps are not very clear. Yeah, I know that the roadmaps are not very clear, but we cannot like offer you guys way more right now. Like, I know you've been asking like for a patch. Oh god, Jesus, my Mai Mai is very sturdy. It's a very solid car. Anyway, I think I'm supposed to go this way. I am aware that the roadmaps are not too clear, but we cannot offer at this point anything more, Like, the one thing that I can tell you is, like, at the moment, when we'll be able to talk about it, guys, you won't fucking stop me from talking about it. Is that good enough? Oh, I think is there a car? Bellaming's car nearby? Okay, I guess so. Dear Pavel Sasko, I and the whole team Takemura loves the game. Okay. Thank you for your time. Thank you so much. I'm sorry, I'm reading the chat and I just completely missed where I'm going with my Mai Mai, with my faithful steed. What happened to Iorveth in Witcher 3? Oh god, guys, I got this question I think during a PAX West that was was it like 4 years ago when we were in US? So you can check it on YouTube, basically. But I already responded and explained it as well as I could, basically, regarding Iorveth in The Witcher 3. I never expected that I would get this question after so much time, by the way. But, I'm glad that the Iorveth fans are still, doing well. Witcher celebration. Yeah, that was like 10 years of a Witcher. You can check it basically on YouTube, our PAX panel, and there was like last 30 minutes or something were questions, and I spoken a lot about Iorveth there. Night City needs bigger roads. No, I'm fine. Don't worry. Look at me driving. It's fine. Oh shit. I know those guys. They are not nice. Let me get out. Let me get out. Do you think it's the first death upcoming?
APB out for suspect accused of organized crime activity near Ross Street and Shipyard Way.
Pavel, how's the work on improving the minimap? Well, I mean, I mentioned to you guys that this change is a very complex one, but we know about it, right? It's because you guys have been talking about it many times, and I've spoken about it, like, I think in a previous stream. a bit, or like 2 streams ago, I'm losing. Oh God, sorry, bro. Not unblocking you. Not today. But what I wanted to tell you guys is that we know about the issue. It's just it's not an easy one to address, because if it would be easy to address, we would have done it. As I mentioned already a few times. And what I wanted to point out also, like, look, please, I think it's a very interesting topic to like talk about in general. Okay, guys, let's check my skills on hard then. You know how well I'm gonna play. And guys, I've been talking about it in the past that, you know, like sometimes in game dev, you know, when you're like building something, it may really look out that it's a simple change, but it's not, you know, and it's like hidden things. And here I mentioned to you guys regarding this topic specifically that the minimap and you know how much you can see as a player on the minimap, which probably is not really difficult to guess, is related to streaming, right? How much is streamed in and so on. So, and this topic, as you can imagine, is a really important, is a very, it's not an easy change to make, right? Specifically if you have 10 platforms to handle, as Cyberpunk has. So, you know, we just need to make sure that everything works well for all the platforms, always with all the changes that we are doing. But as much as I can say, I can just ask you, don't worry about it. We know about these issues. Wow. Wait. Okay. I don't think it was kinda. It was 11 platforms with Switch. Okay. Interesting. Interesting theory, I have to admit. Any chance for the Witcher 2 release of sorts? Oh God. You guys are. You guys are. I'm glad we don't have like more games that we have released, because I would just be getting questions for everything. It's good that you don't ask me about Gwent, you know? Pavel being rude to Maelstromers? Yeah, I just like put them on fire! Okay. Wait, I'm kinda lost. Where are you, Mr.? Where are you, Mr.? Yeah, we are up there, I guess, right? Regarding Cassius. I don't remember, never remembered, like, the way how to get to him. Well, do you plan the standalone Gwent? You guys are so funny sometimes. I mean, I do play standalone Gwent from time to time. But yes, I was laughing that you're funny because you, of course, started asking about Gwent. Where are you, Cassius? Tell me. Tell me, bro, how I can get to you. I am honestly not sure, to be honest, right now. We will use that time, Gwent to remastered GOTY edition. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely! The Witcher Childhood of Geralt prequel when? Why is the minimap linked to streaming though? Aren't the other games using solutions that don't rely on objects in world? I really don't have enough knowledge about this topic to answer this completely to you, so I'm sorry, but I really can't tell. Like, I suspect they are. I suspect they are. Probably like the logic would. Are you Cassius there? Wait. So should I go below? I'm confused now. Where are you, Cassius? Where is the entrance to your lair? Yeah, and of course, you know, there is a very good question and point about like Cyberpunk just having lots of different levels of verticality. It is of course connected, right? Like, I don't think, guys, I have to tell you this, and you know and you understand this. Don't worry, I don't want to die too. Woohoo! Oof. Jesus. Hello. This Garm on hard is really harder than on easy, than normal. I know it might sound obvious, but you know, just what the fuck? Oh shit! Oh no! That's a police officer. Why police is hunting me? No, I'm dead. I'm dead, guys. This is not... Remember that Pavel has died 7 times so far? Yeah, well, I mean... talking about that... Zero devs ruined.
I don't want to die.
Okay, let's try it again. I actually... Let's check what we have here. Okay. I think we need to update this a bit. Crit chance with pistols. Yeah, we're using a lot of those. So I think we'll go here. Okay, let's try that.
I did nothing to you. What? No. I don't want to die.
Pretend you're a cat? Cool. Yeah, sure. There's a question from Pablo. Pavel, can you greet your fans from the site? And then I see just 3 dots, so I'm not really sure what site you're referring to. With attack #Cyberpunk. I mean, yeah. I mean, you know, I love the fact that you don't worry. Oh, I know why. Because there was a person that I attacked. That's not nice. Okay, I need to get out. Yep. Let's get out from there, guys, because I'm going to be... You killed the civil ones again. Yeah, it seems so. What is going on? Who's that? That's like not a nice person. I don't like you too.
Come on! I said come on! Combat me, whore!
Combat me, whore? Okay, that's Jesus. No way. Okay, guys. This is it. This is it. It's not the problem. No, 9. Yeah, I know it's 9. We'll deal with it. We'll deal with it. Don't worry. Okay. I know what happens because I'm using my OP. Strategy with grenades, and there is a person there. Okay then.
I did nothing to you.
Let me actually just go to inventory really quick because I didn't check how my guns are doing. Yeah. There's nothing better than this one. Let's look at the shotguns. Ooh. Oh, this tactician's much better. A bit better, I would say. Let's actually do this. I like that. The game feels too easy. Have you taken that into consideration? Maybe I will scale as a Witcher. Oh God, I mean, honestly, I'm not a game designer, right? I mean, I'm a game designer, but I'm not a gameplay designer, so I can't really comment on that topic. I know it has been a topic of discussions for a lot of gameplay designers in our team, and you know, like, to be completely honest, I trust in their judgment. If they have decided to go with this direction, I think it's probably fine. One thing that I would say is that, like, you know, the game has difficulty levels, right? So you can switch it for yourself, right? And just like if the game feels too easy for you, you can always just make it harder. As I did, right? Like, we felt that maybe it's going, you know, too easy, and we have improved that. So, you know. Whoa! Okay, God! Guys, this is really like balancing on a knife's edge. You know, I tell you that. I tell you this much. I love shooting in this game, by the way. I was telling you guys in the past that I just like feel that, you know, I haven't been talking enough about like how good job like our gameplay team did. And you know, of course, you know, you can talk about, you know, like that this or that can be improved and so on. But you know, you can also talk about it regarding the quests and so on. So I think there's always something to learn from. But just overall, it just feels really awesome to just like shoot in this game. Yeah. Hey bro, why I still have combat music? Is there somebody who's like, oh, I'm caring too much? Okay. Shooting is a lot of fun in this game. Yeah, I mean, for sure for me. Like, I personally really enjoy it. You know, the way how shooting has been done here. So I'll just get rid of all of those. Let's just trash them to components. There is a recommended reading from P.L. Wally. Well, I mean, so one recommended reading from P.L. Wally. I'm just thinking what would be interesting, you know, from the different topics, books that we didn't discuss. I think one of those that I could actually advise you to check is Can't Hurt Me, by David Goggins. I don't know if you guys heard about the book, Can't Hurt Me. This is a book about This is a book about, like, David Goggins is one of the best, like, the most prominent, like, well-known endurance athletes in the world. And just, the book is absolute badass. If I can be honest with you, like, he basically explains, just, let me just check if I maybe can upgrade it. Because I'm not sure if I have checked everything. Oh, I actually can. Upgrade my power pistol. And yeah, the book by David Goggins, Can't Hurt Me, is amazing. Like, it basically like explains how he was preparing himself for all those like badass marathons and so on. Like absolute like killer effort. I remember like descriptions from one of the marathons when David Goggins have been attending when he was He literally like finished the marathon. He just literally collapsed. You know, was just vomiting. Was barely able to move or do anything. And oh hey man, all good boys. Hey Regina, what's up? Oh, they hot. Okay, why you Regina are quiet? Why are you so quiet to me? Is everything fine? Okay, seems that Regina, by some reason, was not too keen on talking to me. Oh yeah, the Maelstromer. Yeah, exactly. The Maelstromer. her mic was muted. Yeah, the Maelstrom Cyber Psycho actually, I think, is close by. But anyway, let's go to the Cassius then. Finally, because we have been trying to get to him. Can you give us hints about DLCs that will that will come? I unfortunately can't. So, you know, I want to keep it all as a surprise for you guys. No. So, no hints. Hey, Cassius, what's up? Okay. Tabula Rasa. Interesting. So what are you guys feeling what we should be getting from Cassius? Because I'm not sure. Let's ask him.
How's
the
biz
business.
treating you, Cassius?
Lately, can't complain. MaxTac raided a black clinic not long past. Since then, custom accounts gone up, and so my prices. Coincidence? You decide.
Yeah. Cassius is a fun character. Okay, skeleton arms, just because the thing is, like, we didn't really do it, and I'm just worried it will take a ton of time for us to actually check the items that we can get. I saw that you guys said about the smart link. Kedenzikov, yeah. I'm actually not sure what I would want. Yeah, the legs are... Yeah. Yeah, there was like ton of questions regarding what legs I will be getting from... Yeah, I think the titanium bones are actually pretty good deal for us. The operating system, biodome... Okay, I can, while I'm just managing my inventory, I can... There's a funny comment. I live near your company. Last night I heard loud scream Badowski. Can you stop doing this every week, please? Yeah, well, you know, I don't think anybody was screaming... Let's get to this. I think the carrying capacity is something that we will definitely want. This is, yeah, we are not yet allowed. This we have not enough money for. What about subdermal armor, guys? How are you feeling about this? Yeah, this is shooting while dodging. What is your favorite character in Cyberpunk? That's a very difficult question. I think I'll go between Judy and Rogue, I think, in a way, but there's a comment, are you sure it wasn't Lewandowski? Yeah, I don't know if you guys know that Lewandowski is a striker. I think this is how you say it in English, from our Polish representation. Maybe it was Lewandowski, actually. Panam, not Panam. Yeah, Panam's also, like, cool, but... I think I think I'll go with Rogue. Actually, probably, like, between Rogue and Judy, I think those are my most favorite characters. But honestly, there are others, you know, that I really liked a lot. Like, for instance, Meredith Stout. You know, for instance, Meredith Stout, who was who's a character that I had pleasure to work on, with, of course, cinematic designer that. Michał Brzeźniak, who worked on scenes for her. Sorry, guys, I'm just because this is. I will leave that. I'll get the armor. Okay, I think that would be it, right? What else we can get? What else we can get from you? This is. This looks interesting. Metal plating, crafting. Yeah. This is the tabula rasa, the one for that allows us to respec. By the way, I've just like saw a lot of questions, you know, from players online, you know, how to reset your specs. It's interesting because it seems like a lot of you just missed this, which is interesting. Your favorite character is definitely Takemura Oda Yorinobu. I pitied him at the end of the Devil's Ending a bit. Yeah, I mean the dramatic characters are really, like, for me, like one of the most one of the coolest characters, like, hands down, you know. Let's go. I'll just save. Collect your reward from Cassius Raiders Reaper Dog shop inventory. I just do you guys see the reward though? Because I'm just confused at this point. Yeah, the hands. Yeah, I get it. Gorilla hands and gorilla arms. Yeah, I could see it. What were inspirations for Judy? I mean, both Baxter and appearance. Huh. It's a Wakako gives us. Yeah, I mean, the thing is, like, I personally didn't really work on Judy character. You know, as a lead, I was of course, you know, feedbacking this and so on, and working together with my designers. But it was primarily work of Magdalena Zich, who is our writer, and Sarah Grimmer, who is a quest designer, and of course cinematic designers. In this case, it was Kajtek Kasprowicz and Andrzej Stopa. I believe these 4 people had the most impact on Judy. So those would be the best people. There's a question to invite Miles Tost again. Yeah, we'll see. Like, about the future guests, we'll really see basically what is the what's the best direction. Like, I will try to, you know, have of course guests invited. Okay, so that's the dermal implant that she was talking about for us. So let's get it. Yay. Allows us to use a smart targeting module in smart weapons. Such a nice Wakako. I'm just thinking, like, guys, are we getting anything else though? Because if not, then I'll just maybe save, and then let's move on to some of the side quests. Okay, so regarding the side jobs, how are you guys feeling regarding this? We should probably go into those moderate. There is us paying up Victor. It's 21,000. We have 38, so we could, in theory, you know, pay up Victor now, which would be probably a good direction, because our boy Victor has been always nice to us, right? Let's summon Mai Mai. Do you play with ray tracing enabled? Yes, I do. I actually play with ray tracing enabled, and I have it. I have set it to the psycho level. So this is the almost the highest, the most you can get. You know, and I have the frame rate cap at 60 just to be sure that we are not losing frames, because the stream is at 60, and even though the game goes between like 80 to 100 something on this rig. When it comes to frames, I capped it at 60 because it's just, the stream looks better for you guys, you know? Yeah, let's go to the Victor, especially that we are not too far from him. Cool music though. Yay! Okay, guys, I felt it too much. No. Let's go. I think that that pedestrian's completely fine. They're just pretending. I know they're just pretending. Ugh. God. Let me just park. Hey guys, no worries. I'm just here. You know, it's all good. It's all good.
Are no ordinary plant.
They're
not even human.
Somebody call police.
The lot. Their bodies, they never age. But notice their eyes, cold and dead. Their corporation exists only as cover for their wicked means to live. Or rather, to remain undead.
It's so fun, actually, you know, to just meet some of the influencers. So on
not gone from our world. He rests undisturbed in the family crypt.
Yeah, Carnage Man, exactly.
On the blood of his servants, awaiting his body's rejuvenation to return once more. Mark my words.
They're working on immortality tech, or he's okay.
That wouldn't be a total shocker. Said on TV, Arasaka's working on immortality tech.
A hollow lie to conceal their inhuman nature.
Oof. Okay.
Its source flows not through technology, but through their undead blood. But how could mere mortals become these death-defying abominations, you ask? With the help of techno-necromancers from Alpha Centauri.
Jesus. He's a fan of Alpha Centauri. There's a question, what are your thoughts on the wonky animations on V's body model? Can you expand what animations you're referring to? Realistic. Like, are you talking about like all of the animations? I can't imagine that you are mentioning all the animations. Like what, inside the scenes and so on? I think that V is animated pretty well. Like, I think you're referring to some specific situation and so on, so... there's a question from Patrick, is Sapphire your girlfriend? Yes, I mentioned that. Sapphire, who's our moderator, yes, she's my girlfriend. That's true.
Will you provide a humble donation so that I may continue my mission?
The shadow animations look clunky. I mean, well, you know, at this point, I don't really think if I will see my shadow because I'm just lit up from all the directions. Okay, guys, last time you were salty because I gave him 1, so maybe I'll just give him 100 this time around.
Good work. Use this to wake Night City up.
Thank you for your devotion. I saw a disciple of truth in you from the very beginning.
Right. He did, for sure. Oh, of course he did, for sure.
Their mothership conceals itself above our very heads.
Give him all your money. Good job. Thank you.
Go fuck yourself.
Okay. What the fuck happened, man? That must be very painful. Jesus, people are scared of me. I'm going to leave. I love this. I love, you know, how it sounds and so on. Beat up the dude who insulted Gary? Who insulted Gary? Where's the guy that insulted Gary? You? Did you insult Gary? Imagine making out with the wheelchair guy. Right. Like, you can get fucking scratched by the metal, you know? Just overall. I mean, he has a cool shoes though, right? Are you guys back at the office or working remotely? I mean, we are mostly working remotely. However, there's a deal of people that is in the office since some time already, right? This didn't really change. Hey, how's Judy? How's stuff?
What were we saying? Oh, right.
I call her Judy. Oh, yeah, because we can talk to her about tarot. Yeah, that's true.
Saw a weird image out on the street. Seems like your line of work.
What'd it look like?
Grab the scan, take a look.
Tarot. Major Arcanum. What you saw was a sign from a higher power.
Uh-huh. Okay, interesting. Major Arcanum?
The what now? Major Arcanum?
Tarot card, archetype, knowledge held in symbolic form, a stage in your journey through life.
Retired maelstrommer.
Either way,
it's a good comment.
Yeah. Higher powers.
Clearly, you know, when you get retired, you just replace your jaw and then you put on the high heels.
Seeing as you form a harmonious
That's
whole at the moment.
Classic maelstrom. There is a discussion about like PlayStation, Cyberpunk being back to PlayStation Store. Yeah, I mean there was an official information about it, right, guys? Already.
Higher power learned to be direct.
Well, the world is a maze of illusions. It's not easy for the light to shine into the prison of our earthly existence.
Love you all at the break. Thank you so much. I'm glad you like us. I hope the
from a power I know
the work on the game we are doing will be a good way to repay it for the good thoughts, for all the good thoughts. Okay.
Still don't know what I'm supposed to do with what I find.
Look for more images. They must have some connection to the place where you find them. Think about what you see. You ask me?
Did you guys uncover like what is the relation of the cards showing up in a certain moments, you know, in the game?
When you'll have to choose which road to take.
Yes. Okay.
Then
you did.
You'll understand.
Interesting.
Come on back when you've found more. I'll help you decipher what you've seen.
Yes, we did mostly. Not yet. Yes. Oh, okay. Okay. Cool. Yeah. I mean. there was a lot of I would say thought put into like placement of those cards and what those are and why they are there and so on. So they weren't subtle at all. That's the thing, you know. Like it's a good. It's an interesting comment, you know, because sometimes, like, when we do stuff, like, for some of you guys, like, it's extremely obvious what it is, and for some people, it's just, like, completely, like, for some people, it's, like, way too subtle, and they don't understand, so it's not so obvious as it sounds, you know? How are
How's it going,
things?
Misty? You alright?
I think so. Not easy, you know. Putting my life back together. Without him.
Shaft
you?
Road, can you tell
I
us
mean,
about the storyteller
you too.
shard in Misty Star? No, I cannot. I'm not gonna spoil you guys' game or spoil secrets.
but
I can explain things that you
think we're
already
starting
have
to see eye
uncovered.
to
This
eye.
we can do. But the rest,
feeling
no.
it'll work out.
You need to figure out the
hard
the
not
best
to
things
go on
yourself,
with
because then this is the most fun.
Jackie gave you these cards, right? Remember when he asked me to help him pick the right deck?
He picked just the thing for me, too. I feel a real connection.
Such a
to
cool,
this deck.
it's such a cool, like, you know,
I have
connection that
read
we
for
did
you
in the
now,
story, you know,
if
the
you like.
fact that you as a player, you figure out that you learn, you know, here in the scene, that actually the deck of cards that Misty's using is the one that actually Jackie has been picking up for her, right? From Revolver Ocelota question, do you prefer how the game is announced just before the premiere, like Forza Horizon when the teaser comes out a few years earlier and the marketing starts closer to the premiere? Huh. I mean, honestly, I'm not the marketing guy, right? So it's just like, well, myself, if I would have to say, I would probably prefer just to announce, you know, as late as possible. So like when everything is clear, when we have everything all planned out and so on. But as I said, like I'm just a game dev, you know, that decision has, I would say, way more facets and it's way more complex. And there's like ton of different factors to take into account. Because, you know, like all the business deals and so on, like all of that thing has to be covered for the game to come out. And I have like very limited knowledge about the topic. So like people who are way more knowledgeable than me are making decisions about it. So I would assume that, you know, they pick what's best for the game. So as a game dev, I would probably prefer it like as late as possible. But, you know, like that's not always the best way to do it. So yeah, so I think I would say just my knowledge is limited here. Okay, guys, let's go for it, right?
Yeah. Why the hell not?
Focus on the recent past and what you expect in the future. The Chariot. You're ready for change. Ready to seek the truth about yourself. And to help, you'll have someone from your family? The sun reversed. You'll meet some obstacles, but they will be temporary. So long as you follow your own judgment. Stick to your chosen path.
Interesting.
Strength. Strength of will, discipline, and courage will always be rewarded. But not necessarily at your destination, as the reverse magician shows. Perhaps the path itself is what's important, and will help you overcome your fear?
Yeah, I remember, you know, because it's interesting that the tarot, like this whole scene and so on, has been set up by Mateusz Tomaszkiewicz, a quest director. And I remember like discussing those things with Mati, you know, how we want to do it and why and so on. It was really cool. Okay, let's just stand up. What do you think about Gabe as the new director of Cyberpunk? Oh man, like that's way too early to discuss those things for now. Like we may discuss it, you know, after some time, you know. when there will be like, I would say, new things in your guys' hands, then we can discuss this topic a bit more. It's really, you know, like you know how it is. You get to know the person after you spend a bit of time with him or her, and really went through some hurdles and some issues and some really difficult times together. That's really the way how you know the person. So I really can't tell right now. Played on lunch on my GTX 960. Absolutely loved the game. Now waiting for 380 Ti. Can't wait to replay the game. Oh, oof. If you got your hands on 3080 Ti, it's gonna be... Yeah, that card is looking insane. So, guys, are we paying up our bro Vic? Have you played Sea of Thieves? No, I actually haven't. I really don't. I actually don't really have that much time to play this many games, so I have to be very particular. And I mostly play either AAA games that are like really highly acclaimed, or I play RPGs, you know, various types, and that's it. I have to be very careful, I would say, with where I assign my time to.
We scrounged up enough eddies to
just have a lot of different things to cover.
Just in case. You need them more than me.
Not taking them all the way to my grave. Here. And thanks again for doing so much work on me without ever seeing an any.
That's what friends are for.
This is like so awesome, actually. This was also like one of the things that actually Mateusz Tomaszkiewicz was working on. The fact that you can actually pay out Vic. The Weird Spark wrote, Pavel play a way out. It's actually interesting comment. We were thinking with Sapphire to actually maybe play it together, you know, to play together the a way out. And there's the second game that, of course, I forgot the name of, but you know which one. Also like the one for 2 people to play and basically see how it goes. Do you remember the day when the studio posted beep? It was a shock to me. Yep, I remember that day. I was working in the studio. I remember.
Can't complain.
It was so cool. Yeah, I remember the beep.
All gotta have the newest, shiniest implants.
Yeah.
I think you got Misty here to help.
I don't remember the date when it happened, but it was so awesome.
Yeah, renting out her shop's the best decision I ever made.
Know what? Seems like you're the only person in Night City who's happy with his lot.
Oh, and that's Michał Brzeźniak. I see that joined us. Hey, Michał. Good to see you. Good to see you. Nice that you're with us. Michał is our cinematic designer. You for sure know Michał already. So, saw a weird mural on the wall.
Listen, don't laugh, but been seeing some weird shit around town. Like murals or something. But no, they're not real.
Just a Kuroshi blip. Could take a look.
No, images are too complex.
Interesting, right?
It's like they're symbols.
Victor is such a nice cutie, yeah.
Brain can't handle the data overload.
Have you seen the new trailer from Psychonauts 2? It looks amazing. No, I actually haven't. Oh, cool. Thanks for the tip. I'll take a look, actually. I know that me and Michał as Brzeźniak, we're both like I would say fans of Psychonauts 1. We've been waiting for the game. So I'm gonna check it out for sure. Thank you for the hint. Okay. I think we watched it. I don't remember, did we? Because I'm not sure if there was like a new trailer or was it like an old trailer. So that's just. Are you interested in Stalker 2? Yeah, I'm curious about the Stalker 2. I really like the atmosphere, you know, on the new Stalker game. So I'm curious, you know, what the guys will bring up to the table. Like I love, you know, when games are like, I would say, original, and they have they bring something new and specific and intriguing to the table. And for me, like Psychonauts 2 or exactly like Stalker 2 is this kind of an example. Guys, are we doing the heroes? Are you doing the heroes? Let's do it. How are you feeling about this? Oh, my thoughts on Starfield. Well, I mean, there was so little shown about the Starfield so far that I really can't say much about it. Like, you know, just before they announced like anything about the game, I remember I was talking to Sapphire actually about it, that I feel that the Starfield's going to be like quote unquote Skyrim in space. And if they do it, yeah, that could be like really intriguing. It has a bit of this No Man's Sky vibe to me, so like a feeling of exploration and so on. It's just, for me, the Starfield is much harder, difficult game to pull off than Skyrim was. So we'll see. Of course, you know, it's a decision of a team, you know, what they will go with and what they want to do actually in the game itself. But by definition, you know, by default, it's just a bit harder. Like, fantasy is a simpler, easier genre to work on. So it's going to be a bit more challenging, but you know, I have a lot of faith in them, and I'm going to definitely check out the game. I also know that Sapphire is really looking forward. Yeah, exactly. Sapphire wrote on chat, I'm excited for it, big Bethesda fan. So I'm really looking forward to it. Basically, I'm curious what the guys will do. I know it is a challenging project, though. It is a challenging project, and we'll see how it goes. I wish them the best, honestly. And I'm going to definitely check it out. Maybe not right away when it's released, but will try to do my best to like play it earlier than usually. Okay, I don't know. I'll call you later, whatever. Yeah, we just answered. But I guess we could actually call, which would be nice, I guess. Yeah, exactly. I was not sure if that message is maybe about something else. Yeah, here we have Mama Wallace. Let's call her.
V, good to hear you. Finally. Been a long time since we talked. Since when Jackie passed away.
Oof. How are you doing?
How you think? My son is dead. But I am hanging in there.
Going
Okay.
to offer my condolences.
I really like this quest.
Offer your condolences. Ay, Jesucristo, V. You lived under our roof. Have the decency not to treat me like some stranger you just met. I was going to call you. I prepared an ofrenda for Jaquito. We can't let him go without a proper goodbye. The ceremony will be at the Coyote Cojo. Many of his friends will be there.
Okay. So are you guys feeling like like going there?
Say no more, Mama Wells.
I'll be there.
I did not doubt it for a second.
Yeah, exactly. Let's go.
Ahí te veo, Vi.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, this is a quest that Kasia Władika, quest designer from my team, has been working on, and later it has been taken over by Paweł Gąska, who was like polishing it up and so on, and he also added quite a bit to the quest itself, but like I would say main design work has been done by Kasia. I don't really remember who was setting up the scenes actually for this quest, so maybe like Michał or Witryn or Paweł Ochocki, if they are yeah, you meant play it. Yeah, I will. If maybe Michał or Witryn remember. Oh, Rafał Kruk has been. Yes, you're right, Michał. Oh, of course, that was Rafał Kruk. Thank you so much. You're right. So Rafał Kruk was the one that was actually setting up the scenes here. Jesus, there's some fucking shootout going on. Are we actually far from there? I don't really know. Let me call the car, and we'll basically see. Oh, I called Hella? I wanted to call my Mai Mai, and I took it by mistake. Do you have an option to adding developer names to quests in games? Oof. Man, that would be difficult. You know, with art it's a bit easier. I know that what you're referring to. You're referring to the cards in Gwent, I guess. the issue here is that there is like numerous people that worked on the quest, and it's like very hard to say like who should be there, because of course we can add quest designers, right? But we should also add writers, and we should add cinematic designers as a minimum to have them there as well. So it would be just, we would have to add like a whole list of credits to each quest. Let me guys change the station to principals so that we have something more in the something for Jackie, you know. Let's. Oof! I drove too far from the bridge. Oh God, sorry guys. Like I'm just you guys are going fast with the chat, and I'm trying to keep up. Do you spend a lot of time outside of working hours on ideas for next quest? Huh, it's interesting. It's an interesting topic. I don't, not really, but it's not. But as an artist, it's not that, you know, like you work on an idea, or it doesn't really work like this. I would say, like there's sometimes like a thought that you have, or like inspiration that you have, or a topic that you're like making a quest about. So let's say here, for instance, the topic was, okay, we need to make a quest that is a proper farewell to Jackie, right? That was the topic of the heroes quest. And then as a designer, when you're working on it, your brain keep on working on it at the background. In psychology, we call it incubation of solutions. I don't know if you have heard that term ever before. And incubation is a very powerful tactic, basically. Like from psychology, we know that if you work on the topic for some time and you put effort in, and then you let the topic stay in your mind for some time, and then go back to the topic and do again work on it, and then leave it again, you will come up with a better results than if you would actually work on the topic just with, you know, full focus. And the reason for that is because there is this mechanism called incubation, and basically incubation of solutions is this procedure, this mechanism that like plays out all those different ideas, solutions, scenarios in the back of your head. So my answer would be yes and no. Like I sometimes like work on the solutions and so on, and you know, oops, and this is exactly the issue. Woohoo! That's cool. That's interesting. Fucking hell! I think that we broke that fire extinguishers there. Cool, nice. Sorry, guys. But yeah, the answer is yes and no, you know? I just like work on them and not really. So it's like always combined. Okay, we guys have way more, actually, we have way more points, you know, way more questions from different people. So I'll just basically maybe just check. So we have a Gamedev career advice, we have storytelling trick reveal, storytelling trick reveal, and behind the scenes story. So maybe for now, I will go with the storytelling trick reveal. I just had in mind something I wanted to talk to you about, but right now... Yep, so I will go with the storytelling trick reveal that David M asked for. Oh, and then in the meantime, I'll join that shootout because I like it. Maybe I won't die, and in the meantime, I can answer. So, guys, basically very often... Woof, what's going on there? In Microware. Very often then when you are like working on a game, and when you're working on solutions and so on, you will see this moment when you as a player, you will basically see, okay, you know, there are some obvious things that, wow, they took me down. I'm sorry. Wow, that was insane. Okay, that was cool. That was cool. They just looked at me and killed me. So guys, I was mentioning this before, but never really spent time just explaining it and so on. Enemies are too strong for your level. Yeah, they are. I know they are, but let's try to do it. We'll see. Maybe I'll manage. But what I'm trying to say is, one of the best like ways to make sure that you keep the player engaged and you keep the player basically like ingrained in your story is addressing people's concerns. And this is a really old how to call it, like a technique and a strategy that we are using very often. And basically the way we want to do it, and I think like I can give you like an example from The Witcher how we've been doing it. So as a designer, what you want to do, you want to like observe very closely, you know, what are players' thoughts, what players are thinking and feeling in a given moment. So as a player, as a designer, you want to make sure that at the given moment when player has a certain concern, that specific concern is being addressed, like for instance, so player can mention it or you can ask that question. And I remember really like when I was giving an example of that situation to designers in my team when we were discussing it, like for instance, like there was, I remember this investigation I think that we had in EP2 in The Witcher 3, and that situation was that Geralt was doing like an investigation. I think it was about the Griffin in the Blood and Wine, and it's this situation about this Griffin living in this area owned by a prince and so on, by this knight. Now, I remember that when Geralt was checking one of the clues, and one of these clues was like super strange and so on, and I remember like what we did, like literally Geralt, at the moment when you check that clues, Geralt says, "What the fuck happened here?" And literally, I remember watching one of the streamers who was looking at that, and exactly at that moment, he said this. Now, what it means that the character who's Geralt and player who was playing have been close enough together. So basically, we as a designers, we knew that there is something going on that is important, and it's so odd that it's important for Geralt to address in that given moment. And this is basically what happened. When you are giving the player an option to say something or to react in a way that feels natural, this is always a good, like, it's a good storytelling technique, because in that way,
What now?
you are keeping player, don't worry man, you are keeping player immersed actually, because you are responding as a designer and as a storyteller right away to the worries that player has and to all kinds of concerns. And you know, like for instance, like you may feel that the story is not really believable, you may feel that something's wrong, you may feel that, okay, why you said that or why you did that. Very often as a designers, we will give you this exact way to ask in the scene, so that you can actually express that worry, because then this basically makes you so much more ingrained in the story, and it makes you just simply believe in the story way more. And this is a really cool, like a storytelling technique that I wanted to mention to you, because if you will keep doing this, at some point you achieve this, how I would call it, trust from the player. So there is this moment, oh, this is our Hela, okay, cool. You achieve this moment when players actually trusting you as a storyteller, that at the moment when it will be important, you will explain to the player what is actually going on, why those certain things are built in certain ways. I remember when I was watching actually Mr. Robot with my girlfriend, like recently with Sapphire, and I remember us talking about like something really looking like we were like, okay, this looks like a plot hole, but then basically distrust comes in for a storyteller, and then you're like, but wait, so far they were always pretty good in explaining this and coming up with like different solutions and ideas why it actually happened. And they did that really a lot of times in Mr. Robot, to just like basically address your concerns right away. Either, you know, Elliot or whoever else, you know, in the story is actually asking that question to make you aware. And to show, okay, yeah, I as a storyteller, I'm aware that it might be perceived as a plot hole, so I will give you an option to ask about that specific topic. Okay guys, are we ready to do this? Because that is Coyote. Let's park our stolen car. Cool, a really cool, a really interesting. What up, bro? Oh, and he's a samurai fan. Look at him. Look at him. Okay. Selmon Bymont wrote, I have more than 400 hours plays, and my favorite thing is right now to watch streamers experience the game for the first time. Every person I've experienced since the game fully falls in love with it. I'm glad you. I'm glad it is like this. It's really nice to hear. It's really nice to hear. What is the most emotional scene memory you have played in the game? Well, I mean, I think Jackie's death is one of those. First showing of Johnny Silverhand is one of those scenes. And I think those would be two, like Jackie's death and Johnny's first moment when I can experience Johnny showing up. I think those are like two really memorable moments for me. I think, yeah. And there's the streamed Arnold Palmer wrote Jackie's death chipping in. Yeah, chipping in a way as well. Like I suspect you're probably referring to the burial scene, to the scene on the.
It's pretty massive.
On the burial.
So maybe we scooch it, put it up against the wall.
Okay, they're talking here. Let me save the game, and let's go. Like the lighting in the game is really good. Yeah, it is. Yeah, I love like the work our lighting artist did is fucking unreal. Like, this is just insane. Honestly. And to make it run like this, I'm just always... Okay, guys, what's up?
V, nice to see you. Oye, sit. Sit. You want a beer?
Okay. Hey, Pepe. How are you, bro? I really like this character, by the way. He's like a simple background character, but holy shit, he's really cool. You know? Patrick wrote, what is your favorite scene from the first expansion in Cyberpunk? What expansion? You guys gotta cracky me up, though. Oh, there's a cool question. Do you believe it's a risk to make the player feel a negative emotion when it comes to storytelling? I noticed that quite a number of games do not really... number of gamers did not like having to feel negative emotions in games such as The Last of Us 2. Yeah, it's a very, very, very good question. And I mean, me personally, I really like doing this and just like making player experience negative emotions in a new context, basically. So something that makes the player actually understand himself or herself better and see new things about them. So I really like doing this, but I think but this requires a certain level of maturity. And I think you can see a very striking, I would say, difference of reception, you know, of like some players reacting to Cyberpunk ending. And for instance, you know, players also reacting to, I would say, you know, people reacting to the ending of, let's say, The Last of Us 2. Right, those are absolutely two different games in different situations, but in a way you can say that those games are, it is crafted to basically bring you the negative emotions. I don't know, like I think that for us as an artist, it's a very interesting thing to experiment with, to just basically see how our audience is feeling and perceiving this. And I think this comes with a certain level of maturity, because when you look at the movies, games have been going through pretty much the same development path as movies have been, right? It's just the movies are, I don't know, 70, 80 years older than games are. And because of that, they went that path long time ago, and we are sort of following it. And, you know, there was a moment when also movies became, like, started touching important topics, you know, about the social issues, started, you know, touching the topics about life that haven't been talked about before. And I think the games are getting there. You know, I think we're way more there than we've been before we were designing Witcher 3. In the past 10 years, it changed quite a lot. You know? Okay, let's sit down, guys.
One mind one.
Salud.
Daniel wrote, why character V bold, then load hair on shadow bold 2 bug? Sorry, Daniel, I do not completely understand your question. I assume that you are pointing out that there is a delay on the loading of a hair. I suspect I suspect there might be. Why only read good comments? I don't think you were here on the stream too often, because I literally read read everything that where my eye lands at the given moment. And I'm definitely not reading only the positive comments.
Sleep?
It's just more positive comments than negative, so We have Vicop PL, yes. Of course, I know Vicop, of course. And I know we have like cool cyberpunk community there. So, absolutely. Okay. Hang in there.
In there somehow?
Somehow. You could have come over for dinner. Nuestra casa es tu casa.
Happy Sunday, yeah.
But okay.
Thank you.
We put it behind us. I am in the middle of preparing an ofrenda. There is still so much to take care of.
Okay. Let me help you.
With that?
Gracias, mi cielo. But I will manage. It's enough you come to say goodbye.
What's an ofrenda?
What's that exactly?
Friends and family. We gather to celebrate the departed, our memories of them. And we bring things they loved in life and might need in the after.
Sure some beer would be at the top of Jackie's list.
And there will be beer.
Yeah.
Want to take part in the ceremony, but want to do it the right way, in line with tradition. But something I'd lay by his casket that'd do justice to his memory. I don't got anything.
But your heart is in the right place, mi niña. Don't worry. He's symbolic. Look for something in his garage. His past is all there.
Yeah. Okay, guys. So I guess we are going to visit the garage, right?
Mostly. But not so long ago he moved in. You'll find something there, I'm sure.
You can see how in a sneaky, slow way, this quest introduces you into the, this grieving, this grieving moment, so you can actually say goodbye to your best friend and so on.
Thanks, Mama Wells.
Don't mention it, V. You have respect. I admire that. The garage is on Republic.
Okay.
Ahí te veo.
Okay, so guys, let's go to see the garage basically. I think I'm not sure if can I talk to Pepe. I think he has a break at this point.
Beer, and even dozen cases. 10 and 2 of the ginger stuff. Tequila. Okay, a dozen cases. 2. Lemons and limes to match.
Daniel wrote, I try to take attention to Pao Sasko, but this is a waste of time not talking about bugs. I mean, guys, like if you are feeling that there are some issues that you want to talk about, I mean, really feel free to ask the question, and then we can talk about it. If I only have knowledge or I can talk about it, I'll definitely do. Yeah. And I see you guys are talking about the visit of Cory Barlog to our office. Yeah, I saw that Michał wrote that basically we met Cory, we were able to talk to him. There was I saw that Michał said that even Cory signed up his copy of the game, which is awesome. Yeah, I had also like a chance, of course, to I know that I was also able to talk to Cory about the game. And when he was actually visiting the studio a long time ago, yes, and of course the
Ivy.
Kojima as well. Oh.
You here alone? This is not exactly the safest neighborhood in town, Misty.
I used to sit on the stairs when I was 10.
Hideo
26 now.
Kojima.
If anything was gonna happen, it wouldn't have taken this long.
What are you doing here?
Sitting and waiting. And yeah, waiting for him. Though I know he's never coming back. Lately, I've just been coming here to sit. An hour. Sometimes 2.
Yeah.
I know it's gunk, it's just...
And you can see when the character does like such a small gesture as this one, you can understand.
Catch up?
you can understand as a player, you know, that like those people here are really acting like a normal human beings, you know, and it just makes you can like feel
Hardly gunk at
compassion
all. Just
because it's a normal like natural thing to
human.
do.
I guess.
you know each other long?
Half our lives. Grew up in the same streets. Saw each other a lot, but just never got together.
Till a year back.
Yeah. Best darn year of my life.
Yeah. There's a question, Pavel is a female V or canon V? Where's the canon V though? And yes, I'm playing with female
Jack talked about you a lot. Always saying.
Game is a
how much
crying
you meant
simulator. Well, I
Didn't
mean
really say that.
the game definitely
used different
does
words.
make you cry. It makes you sad,
Maybe, but-
you know, sometimes.
That's what he meant. I really believe.
We really tried, you know. I tell you
actually
that.
got to know him. The real Jackie. Everybody else thought he was a goofball with a rough-hewn face and an edge.
Why we can't customize metal arms or chromes? Why in game and not customized? So I suspect the question is why we cannot like customize the more things in the game. I mean, I was talking about it in the past that it's just like as a game dev, you just often have to make those difficult decisions as a game dev when you have to decide, okay, this goes into the game and this doesn't, because it would take way too much time to make. And then you guys will have to wait way more for the game to be done. And that's really what it goes down to, right? Sometimes basically like some decisions, some design decisions, even though for the player it may look, how to say it, simple, I would say. It may look simple. Sometimes like some decisions that you make as a designer, those might be, you know, the result of those decisions might be contradictory to what you already have in the game. Or there may be a convergence, like some kind of a connection to some other features. So this is difficult. It's not always as easy as it sounds. But basically it always goes down to like just taking into account all of those factors and like deciding, okay, can we afford it? You know, how long it would take to make it, you know, and so on. And I know that for the players, it may sometimes seem, hey, why they don't make this or that? It's like so simple. Well, unfortunately, it's not. And, you know, I sometimes like bring up this example. Why do you guys think there's not this many games of a scope and size and ambition of Cyberpunk? Why do you think there's no? Because literally, like it's difficult to find a few examples in the history of video games. I'm talking about. The reason for that is because it's a really difficult and complex process, and just not everybody is willing to do this, right? And we are willing to. We are trying, right? We have been, yeah, we have been completely crazy when it comes to design of this game. What we have tried to pull off, and some things worked, some things didn't. But you know, we didn't make Witcher 3 by trying to be safe and not trying to, you know, go extra mile and not trying to, you know, create something unique and special. We always try to do it. No, it's just there is a reason why there's so little games that are even similar to ours. And you know, like if you don't believe like to my reasoning, just ask yourself a question. Okay, why there's no more games that are like Cyberpunk on the market?
What did you see in him?
Let me tell you what he told me once. Told me he'd take a bullet for me. In an instant. Even if it'd kill him.
Spoken like a true Haywood boy.
A man. With dreams, ambitions. Only thing they cost him was his life. There's a huge chunk of his past in there.
How come you're outside?
I don't have the key.
Jackie never gave you a set? You two didn't get that far.
He offered, but I wanted him to have his own space. Just his own.
And you can see how natural and like human-like her reactions are, right? Like we didn't try to make the relationship too, how to say it, ridiculous is maybe a wrong word, but like too caricatural, you know, like too. We didn't want to like put too many different components of that relationship. We tried to keep it like as realistic and believable or right and true as possible to what really humans experience. Guys, there's a lot of amazing questions, but fucking hell, I just cannot like spend all the time just chatting to you about those topics. There is a... Oh god. Papucho wrote, it's crazy and sorry for the critic, but Witcher 3 needed patches and upgrades less than Cyberpunk, but it had a lot better support in the first 6 months. That's the thing. It's just like, I've been the one that was working on the patches for The Witcher 3, and I have been working on the patches on Cyberpunk. And I can tell you, from a person inside, it's absolutely the reverse. We have spent way more time on patching and fixing and polishing things in Cyberpunk, like things that in The Witcher we would have left it. In Cyberpunk we keep on correcting and fixing. And when you guys looked at the patch notes, like, do you remember the patch 1.2? Right, it has like 500 something changes on the list. That was like a fracture what we actually improved in that game underneath, but you don't know it because you don't see it. And yeah, I can basically tell you how it looks inside. We spent way more time on supporting Cyberpunk than we ever did on The Witcher. And I think you are going to see it in time. You know, it's also like you guys bring sometimes this example of like, 6 months passed, there wasn't like any DLCs and so on. Yes, it wasn't, because we really want to make sure that the core experience is good enough that you're all satisfied with it. And like, I think we released 9 patches at this point. I think 1.23 was the 9th patch. So it didn't make itself, you are probably aware of it, right? That people worked on those patches, and it's just an army of devs who are working on it, and some things are very complex. So yeah, so I guess just my request would be like, even though I understand that from your perspective it may look like this, try to be reasonable, and try to look at it really how it is, maybe a bit disconnected from emotions and, how it actually felt, because Witcher had way less patches and support than Cyberpunk.
Mama Wells is having a send-off for Jackie. I need to find something he really cared about.
Okay.
Mind giving me a hand?
I'm not sure I should go in there, V.
Still too soon.
No, it's not that. Mama Wells and I aren't exactly on the best terms. She wouldn't want me touching any of his
look
things.
at that,
Disturbing the memory. That I know.
Jackie'd want you here. That's more important. Come on.
Oh God, Muzzy, I see that you have like reclaimed it, dude. I'm sorry, but there is like 4 other people waiting. I'm doing my best. I'm doing my best. Don't worry. I need to go with it. There's like 4 things. What did you, Muzzy, reveal? Gamedev career advice. Interesting. I need to think about it because I'm trying to give you unique things every time, but I love this moment, by the way, that moment when you're getting to the garage. So.
Jackie loved to pump iron, didn't he?
He called it his form of meditation. He used to say barbells are the best listeners. They understand all your problems and never give you gonk advice.
Yeah.
Gotta be hanging here since 2020.
For whom the bell tolls. Yeah, I know what you mean, what you're referring to. Motivational posters. You can see Jackie was pumping iron here. Okay, let's look, guys, at other stuff. What we have here? Oh, curious. So do you guys remember that because I'm a nomad, I was actually able to ask way more questions regarding the bike and so on, give Jackie an advice?
Looks like he swapped out the exhaust pipe.
Yeah.
What?
Advised him to do it right before the job.
Look at that exhaust pipe. Look at that. Yeah, Arc Nazare. Info. #1 viewers' favorite on the show Guns and Horses for 2 years in a row. Loved poking around in engines.
Love to poke around engines.
He was 15 when he first got on a bike.
Knowing him, it is a miracle he never wiped out. Guess no man cave's complete without some of those, huh?
He said they're collectibles. They don't print them anymore.
It's definitely why they're up there, yeah.
There's a question: did I complete any game from this year? Damn, no, I don't think so. Like we like on a vacation. Well, I was a backup, how to say, backseat player when Sapphire was playing Ratchet and Clank. So I think Sapphire almost reached the very end. You know, I'm not gonna spoil the game, but we've been like battling some evil doctor in the game. So yeah, and Ratchet and Clank look kick-ass. So that's, I think, as much from this year as I can say.
Still full.
His favorite. Strategic reserve. No touching.
How come?
¿Por qué no puedes tocar una reserva estratégica, va?
Yeah, you can see the strategic reserves of Jackie, you know, when he was okay.
Locked. Wonder what's in there.
That's his lair. Slept there. He must have had a different key. Let's look around. Might be tucked away somewhere.
Oh, interesting. Okay. So it seems that we have a new objective to check around, you know. Okay, what's that? Oh, a ball with an autograph.
Basketball signed by Dante Gonzalez.
Dante Gonzalez himself.
Everyone here shot hoops. Dante ran circles around him. I think he might have been the first kid to ditch the Valentinos.
Like Jackie?
Mm-hmm. They both wanted more out of life. Dante's captain of the NC Blackouts now.
Okay.
This'll be fitting.
Well, you got something for your ofrenda. But we could look around a little more.
Interesting. So we took the ball for Oferenda. What else actually we can find? Do you guys have an idea? Do you guys have an idea what else we could get for Jackie?
For whom the bell
Tolls. Ernest Hemingway.
Jack read it a dozen times. Always right before a big job. He said the guy who wrote it was tougher than Morgan Blackhand.
You read it? Is it any good?
I never got the chance.
It'd be a good tribute for the Oferenda, though.
Yeah, could be.
Jack.
Okay, let's take a book.
Pure and simple.
Okay, let's take the book too. Romulus wrote, how about rescuing Melissa? Oh, do you know, how do you know, Romulus, that's my quest?
Where are you going?
Better be going?
Actually, I think I'll stay a while. Say bye to him here. Mama Wells wouldn't want me there anyway.
Oh, I think I actually,
What happened between you two? What's the beef?
Let's just say she didn't see me as daughter-in-law material.
What did she have against you?
That my name wasn't Camila and I wasn't Jackie's ex-output.
Oof.
Camila was Mama Wells' favorite.
Oh, that's painful. That's painful, guys. You're allowed to come.
You gotta come, Misty. Got a right to be there.
Damn.
I'd rather not get in Mama Wells' way. It's for family.
You were family to him.
I guess you're right. Thanks, V. So, shall we go?
You ever thought you might leave Night City?
Sure. Once upon a time, I even tried.
Seriously? Meaning...
Pack my bags and I'll see you at the Coyote then.
Yeah, see you. I didn't go with her. Actually, because I'm still thinking like, I think missed the key, right? Did I? Did I miss the key, guys? I think I did, actually. I completely don't remember where is it. You can see, you know, I have played it a few times, and I don't remember what it was. Oh well. Happens. I think that at this point we need to continue with Ah, interesting. Okay. Can we use it? Ah, not anymore. It's a very good point. Should we load game? Let me check. Do we actually? Yes, we have autosave after picking up the book. So I'll actually load this. And basically, yeah, reload. Yeah. I see on the desk. Yeah, thank you, self spell. I saw it. Yeah, I was like, because the range of the clue is like so small that worst ending. Thanks, Alexis, Maggot Robbie. Yep, exactly.
The guy who wrote it was tougher than Morgan Black.
You read it? Is it any good?
I never got the chance.
It'd be a good tribute for the Ofrenda, though.
I think Cyberpunk 2020 used to call girlfriends the input. Why is output in Cyberpunk? Is there a war in lore that explains the change? Oof, I really don't know the answer. Actually, the best person, you know, from our team to answer this question would be Patrick Mills. Patrick is our, he's a senior quest designer in a team, and Patrick is actually the guy who is like taking care of the lore and so on. So I really personally think that Patrick would be the best person to answer this question. I really don't think that many people would know. I'd say it's a good question. I will actually poke Patrick in work tomorrow and just ask about this. So we'll see. There's a question, do you think making expansions will be hard? Semi-spoiler alert, considering the way the game ends. Well, I don't know anything about expansions, so thank God I don't have to answer this question. Yeah, and you know, like, at the moment when I'll be able to talk about expansions, I will definitely do that. So don't worry about it. Don't forget the book. I mean, I didn't oh shit, holy shit. You're right. Thanks. Thanks for the hint. Sorry, I was like you know, fuffing around, and I was like, why this is wait, okay, we have this. I think we are going to get in, right? Like, think that's it, guys. What are your thoughts on Red Engine 4? Huh. I mean, what you're interested at, like, specifically, because the engine is much better than what we had in The Witcher 3. I mean, you can see it the game, normally, and you can see also the quality of the quests and everything.
It's a long story.
Oh, God.
Hey, you alright?
I can imagine how painful it must be, you know, for like
much better than all right.
For like a person who has been emotionally attached to
he should sweep all the dark energy out of this
to Jackie and just like enter.
A sand mandala do the trick, for example.
Yeah, the mandala.
He told me that out of sand he'd build a castle, a home, the Wells family hideout, stronghold, something.
I guess you made a bigger impression than you thought.
I guess I did.
There's a question, what is the biggest upgrade in Engine 4, in Red Engine 4? God damn it, I mean, honestly, we have replaced completely everything. So it's like, the improvement is everywhere, really. Like, this engine is much better in all the fronts. Like, of course, you know, there are some things, you know, that, like, some people would feel or felt that previous engine was handling better, but overall, just, it's a massive improvement overall, everywhere. I think what is the best improvement, I think I must say it's an integration between quest editor and scene editor. So basically just the fact that we can like do scenes like this, that she like fluently walks in, sits down, transitions, you know, to playing the animations and so on. This is really difficult to do because, you know, as I said, not many games does it. Not many games do it, and this is a really difficult thing to pull off. And it's also a tool that, you know, Quest team and cinematic team is using the most often, so that's why, because of this, I'm, I guess, like with my thoughts, the closest to it. So I think this is an insane improvement. Like the scene editor for Witcher 3 was cool, there? I liked it, but Jesus, this one is much better. And it's still, you know, it's still something that requires more work and so on, but we'll keep updating. And aside of that, I think visually, like, I mean, the lighting, RTX, and everything surrounding that is just insane in this engine. So I don't know, the Red Engine 4 is much better. Like, it's just a it's a gigantic improvement, generational improvement, really. Okay,
isn't it just a little janky?
It's hideous.
Yeah, cool.
But it's also the most beautiful thing I've ever seen.
Okay. Okay, guys, let's look basically what's in the what's inside the garage. Revolver Solta is difficult to deal with such difficult issues: transhumanism, sexuality in world of cyberpunk, present and mature in deep way. I mean, honestly, so to present any thoughts in anything in really mature, deep way is difficult. That's like a general thing that I can tell you. That always happens. And specifically those topics, it's even harder.
Taco was...
This fish. A dwarf shark. Like, mini.
Sounds like a mighty expensive fish.
Oh, I don't think he bought it.
Yeah, so a fish that he had, designed the fish farming in the house. Cool. Okay, so yeah, like in general, like just presenting the topics in a mature way is difficult. And I'm not even talking about games, but just like all the media, you know, like books and movies and so on. Not by a reason, just a fracture of, I would say, creators able to do it. So it has to be difficult, because otherwise everybody would do it, right? You guys know that truth. Like if it's not difficult, everybody would do it, right? Yeah, that picture. Yeah, I remember we have like specifically requested this, you know, how to make like a young Jackie looking, you know, his father and his mom. Well, as family photo. Okay.
Leather belt.
And then we have the belt.
Sort of a memento. His dad's. Used to beat both Jackie and his mom with it. Until one day, Jackie fought back. Kicked his butt. Told him he'd kill him next time. Old man was hospitalized, and then he left.
Why'd he hold on to it?
In case his dad ever comes back.
True memento.
God, really? Yeah. Okay, let's get the belt then. So we have this as well. Okay, I think this computer actually asks to be checked. I think the bottle we'll see in a moment then. Let's see guys, the messages that we have here. Gorgeous ride looking for a new owner. Arch bike shop to Jackie. Well, it's Jackie, my man. You wouldn't believe you're like a collector selling a beauty in prime condition. Price is good. If a little over the budget, let me know if you're interested, because if you aren't, I'll go to someone else. Peace, Sid. So you can find out, you know, how Jackie bought his awesome motorcycle. What's your favorite game of last year? Man, I have no idea, honestly. My favorite game of last year, I think it would be a close cut between Hades and Cyberpunk. That would be probably my answer. Yeah. My personal favorite quests in this game are quiet ones like this Ofrenda, depth to the characters and world, the underwater sim, the AR game with the kids camping with all the cat is all beautiful. Yeah, I personally really love quests that don't really have much gameplay, you know, like much shooting, running around, and so on, or just quiet moments like this. I think in the team we also know we also do it often. We also like often just quiet quests like this. There's a request from Andrzej in Polish. I'm just reading it out. If there yeah, I see, Andrew, your question, you know, regarding all those things. I mean, I won't translate everything because I don't think there's a point. I think we all of those things we are aware of, you know, that you have mentioned. So I cannot tell you like if we are working on it or not, and if it's coming or it's not. But thank you for the feedback. For sure, this is something that we are aware of. That is that needs to be looked into, I would say. Yeah. Okay, Victor to Jackie Walls. This Saturday the boys are competing for the World Healthweight Champions. Civids versus Blanco. Beers are already cool in the fridge. Don't forget about our deal. Blanco wins by KO in the third round. You better have the Eddies, not letting you off the hook this time. Victor to Jackie. Okay. T-Bug to Jackie. I vouch for you, ANV. He heard about you, remember you, and all too well. Even he will want to meet you with V. But I think it'll just be a formality. See you at the afterlife. Okay, cool. So we know basically how Jackie found out about his contact with the Dex, right? I really love personally like messages like this because they add so much character and just like build up and it'll allow you
Jackie's favorite tequila.
as a player to just like imagine what's going on.
It's his lucky charm. One of the first bottles ever made by Jesus de Abajo.
The founder of Senson Tequila.
Only 100 of them left in the world. All owned by the 1%.
How did Jackie get this one?
Some shriveled abuela in Mexico sold it to him. Told him de Abajo had stolen her recipe.
It's so awesome to just like find out like small
Yeah.
neat bits of information like this. Because it just, you know, it just builds the characters and so on. So this is always great, you know. Guys, I understand that some of you maybe do not really know English that well, but please try to stay on chat on English, okay? I'm talking to dudes who are talking Polish right now, okay? Okay, there's the question, what is the best advice you can give a person who wants to be narrative designer in game industry? And then there is also like a game career advice from Muzzy. Narrative designer in the game industry. Well, I mean, this question like combines two topics. So first thing is, when you want to like deal with narratives in general, what you need to do as a narrative designer, you need to understand the narratives in general. And here I'm talking about like actually you know, books, how the books are constructed, how the good stories are constructed in movies. So you as a narrative designer you need to consume a lot and also engage discussions about those topics. So just make sure to develop regarding on that specific path, so regarding the narration and so on. Second thing is, and the best way really to train it, just write. Just sit down and write things and try to be critical about it. And, you know, really do not faff around when it comes to like, hey, I need to learn more, I need to understand more things and so on regarding you know, regarding how stories are told and so on, because you will never really know. You learn best by actually doing it. So start really writing short stories. I think this is one of the best ways to do it. And if you want to be a narrative designer, sure, start writing those narrative stories in the way they're quests in the game. You know, try to write it as a cool story and just imagine, okay, what gameplay bits are there? What is the, you know, emotional engagement of the player? What is the dramatic question of a certain quest? So what this quest is about. So let's say here, right? What is the quest that we are playing right now? Well, the quest is about us as a player experiencing a farewell to Jackie. And then how that's done? Well, we have met Mama Welles, then we have met Misty, his girlfriend, who talks about him. Then we are brought to his garage. When we are going through his belongings, we can discuss things about Jackie without his presence. This is a trick that we have used multiple times in the past, by the way, when you will look into things like how, for instance, it's done in The Witcher. We have been using this trick so many times. Like, for instance, the visit with Yennefer to Mousek's laboratory in The Witcher 3. That's actually a quest I had pleasure to work on. You know, that moment when you're walking together with Yennefer and checking different things and so on. There's this moment with a sword, right? That is a illusion, and Geralt tries to get it, and Yennefer tells him, you know, he tells him he's stupid. You know, it's an illusion. I can see it's just in there's this anvil, you know, that's like holding a sword. So this trick, so you as a player being in a location that's owned by certain characters, and you're like checking the clues and experiencing things, and then through that you're learning through the characters, you build your background of that character. So here you can see that basically the topic of a story is allowing the player to go through the grief, to go through this moment of farewell of his friend, and it's done through meeting of his mom, meeting of his girlfriend, then visiting a place he is, and now we are going to take a part in Ofrenda in a moment.
Nice still.
Okay, she doesn't have much to add regarding this topic. It's her picture. We can see. Yeah. It's always cool when characters have moments like this. Okay, I think we can go, right? Okay, I'm just like, your guys' questions are so long. But I'm wondering whether for a career in game dev, do you think the school diploma, such as game design bachelor master's program, is important for finding a job later on? Well, it's not important, but it helps. It's basically the same advice as, like, for instance, like, I know people who are like always, you know, discussing that, hey, you can be actor without doing the act school. You can be a journalist without actually, you can see how she actually like says, you know, farewell to the place, you know, when she transitioned here. It was really nice and subtle. Always you know, your experience, your you know, education in a certain field will help you. Okay.
Actually, I think I'll stay a while. Say bye to him here.
Okay. And that's the thing. You can be an actor without acting school. You can be a journalist without journalism studies. You can be a game dev without game dev studies. However, if you actually do those studies, then you are better prepared to start with, and you actually know way more about that certain topic. Now, the question is that you have to really answer yourself, okay, maybe for me as a game dev, it would be better if I would study, I don't know, graphic design or programming, or I don't know, history or architecture, or maybe if I would, you know, like, I don't know, English, Polish language, or any other language, you know, to just have a bit bigger background and then, you know, on my own study the game development topics. You can do it like this, because this is what I did, right? My background is journalism and psychology. Those are 2 master degrees that I have, but I've been my life working on games for 16 years now. And thing is, like, because this was the thing that I've been focused on, but those are like 2 other areas that I've been studying and developing. I just have like I would say like a bit more sources to draw from. And this is what I would advise you to consider. Like, okay, because the studies will help you undoubtedly, and you will be, you know, you'll be better prepared to start. The question is that after you started, let's say year in, maybe it would be actually better to have a bit more knowledge, you know, from, you know, let's say archaeology, right? We have few archaeologists in the quest team who are really good storytellers, and, you know, their background actually comes in and helps. So it's really like kind of like it's your call what feels better, you know. I think the key here is really like what you want. You know, like, are you interested mainly in like, and you would love to study games? Just go for it. Go for it and study games, honestly. Because your education will not define you for the years to come. It won't be a decisive factor for everything that is going to happen in your life.
What happened between you two?
So just pick something that you want to do, that you want to learn about, you know? That's, I think, the most important part. And if you want to be a game dev, just go and learn about this game design and stay on that. And I think this is also a completely valid path, you know? So I know the answer is a bit convoluted, but I think that's the best I can give you.
Take care of yourself, Misty.
Yeah. You too, V.
There's a question if I ever played Undertale for Dambis. I have actually played Undertale in the past, but not really much. I have to say it was something that I also have. I also have it on my list, you know, to try it out. There's a question: do they ever read other books from Robert Greene, like Power or Strategy? I have read Mastery, and there was yet another one that I have tried, and that was it for now. I do have, I think, is it Power? But I believe it might be Power is the one that I already have bought on the Audible, you know, to listen to. But I want to finish the book about the storytelling that I'm reading right now. Yes, The Art of Seduction, I think it's called, or The Seduction itself. I also read this one. It's actually a really good book. I think it's the one that made Robert Greene popular. It's a really good book regarding specifically communication, I think. That one. It's a really, really cool book. And it's more about history than seduction, really, but I really loved it.
Hey. Everything okay?
Yeah. I just need some time, you know?
Okay. Did we, by accident... Yeah, I think we have... she's not gonna be with us. Okay. I guess that's okay. Is it okay? No, it's not. I'm just worried too. Wait, let me check the load. Oh, I actually have this. Don't worry. Yeah, I was like, how the hell? Because I'm just answering your guys' questions and I must have not picked the top one question, you know? Yeah. Hey, Misty.
Where are we going?
Actually, I think I'll stay a while. Say bye to him here. Mama Wells wouldn't want me there anyway.
I'll just ask about Mama
What
Wells.
happened between you two? What's the beef?
There's a question. Do I have any information about update for AI, cops AI, and cars AI? I really want to be talking about the future update, guys. As I mentioned, like as soon as we'll be able to talk to you about like what's future to come for the game, we will. And believe me, you won't stop me from talking about it. Like you know me.
You gotta come, Misty. Got a right to be there.
I'd rather not get in Mama Wells' way. It's for family.
You were family to him.
I guess you're right. Thanks, V. So, shall we go?
Okay, Misty, let's go.
You ever thought you might leave Night City?
Sure. Once upon a time, I even tried.
Seriously? Meaning...
Packed my bags and hopped on a plane to Nepal. Thought I'd stay there. After a week, I realized I couldn't live without the traffic outside my window and my neighbors hollering.
There's a comment. I can clearly see the AC drain is gone. I really don't know anything about the AC drain being gone. Like I don't think that was any. That was a thing that we did. But as I said, like that's not I would say weather is not something I've been working on, so also my information might not be completely accurate. But I don't think we have been ever. Yeah, I also love those background, you know, graffitis and so on to just like give the background, you know, to the surroundings and to the place. So, okay, people are slowly gathering. It seems. Feels like rain.
Hey, it's good you're here. We're about to start. Sit down, please.
You know, guys, what's really, really interesting about this whole setup? I love this music. So what's interesting about this setup is like when we were, you know, building this quest and so on, I remember that we were basically consulting, you know, Spanish community regarding, you know, how ofrenda could be made and so on, so that we'll get it right, you know, to just make sure that we are doing it, you know, correctly, like the way it could really look like. And it's an interesting thing because as a game dev, sometimes you're like how to say it, stumbling upon things that you might be not completely like knowledgeable about or even like comfortable about, and it's an interesting topic because just sometimes you just really need to do your research to do things correctly. The question is for the Mexican community. I'm really not sure exactly. I know that it was a Spanish-speaking community, and I know it was more people than one person. It was multiple sources, but it was a quest designer, Kasia Władika, in my team who has been taking care of that. So it also might be that that the Mexican community has been consulted. I wouldn't be surprised. Like we always try to really check in different sources.
Was, or lament about how much I miss him. Instead, I'll tell you a story. When he was about 19 years old,
Jackie was in the Valentine.
Oh, hey, Mirosi, good to see you.
They were
And
at
thank
war
you for
with
the sub.
Maelstrom back then. I get a call from the hospital. They tell me he got shot 3 times, just by the heart. He was conscious when I get there. So many tubes coming out of him. He looked like a pulpo, like an octopus or something. He tell me, he said, "No te preocupes, mama. Look, I'm bulletproof. Nothing bad will ever happen to me." And when I go, he take off his Valentino's ring. He swear he won't need it anymore. But he was not scared. He just didn't want me to worry. Descansa en paz, mi hijo.
And you can see basically like different people, you know, brought different things regarding, you know, Jackie's past and that history.
Among the membership of the Night City Devils Boxing Club, we had this saying: make your best friends among the fighters who knock you out cold. And it's true. Jackie's arm was a cannon. No one's ever hit me as hard. I can still almost feel it.
Yeah, it's such an amazing moment. You know, just farewell for a friend.
12 rounds, buddy.
Did you see this like gentle nod when he was passing by Mamuelas?
Lamenta no estar aquí. Todavía le quedan 4 años que cumplir. Me pidió que leyera esto. Recuerdo cuando Jackie se nos unió. Era un niño fuerte. Cuando decía
And then you have this guy who is like a, you know, written speech, you know, as looking at the phone. You always like, if you have been like in events, I would say similar events, there's always that kind of person who comes in, you know, with a written speech. Okay, guys, so how are you feeling about this? Let's go.
I often think back to the first time me and Jack met. I'd been hired to drive him and some contraband across the border. He'd bought some goods, klept from Arasaka.
Yeah,
Top
and
secret
here, because we have a
prices.
nomad background, right? Our story is
Listen.
slightly different.
And I remember what he said then. That I came from a place where everyone's family. So he must be too. Jackie Wells.
He had principles. I think that's the one that I would pick, right? He aimed high, okay. His friends were everything. I think he had principles, right? That's the, you know, and the music makes the scene, yeah, it does.
An honorable man. He placed principles first and stuck hard to them. Once he set his mind on something, he was ready to die to achieve it. He once told me, "Chica, the one thing we can't do is be afraid of others."
Never forgot where he came from. He put his loved ones first, always knew what he wanted. Yeah, put his loved ones first. I'm curious because this is, I think the first one is more true for him, right?
He kept Haywood in his heart, always. It made him who he was. But most importantly,
He did not fear life.
Jackie loved life and had no fear. Heart on his sleeve, he didn't overthink things, he just went for it. Thought he was bulletproof, and that he'd become legend at the afterlife. And ultimately, he did what he set out to do. Shit in the shoes of some powerful people. If he's watching, bet just about now he's flipping them all the bird.
Okay, guys. So I guess right now we are going to leave an offering for Jackie. I see that you're overwhelmed with questions, and I wish you all the people on CDPR the best and hope for a No Man's Sky style fix for the game. Thank you so much. Yeah, I see that you guys are saying book or the belt. It's a hard decision to kill off Jackie so early in the game. Well, I mean, it was needed. It was needed. Like I was talking about it in the past a few times, that as a designer, you sometimes need to face these decisions, and you know, like we are not strangers to killing our characters when we had to. Probably the best funeral I have seen in game. I'm glad you like it. Okay, guys, so I guess we are not going to use the ball or tequila. It's just like, I'm not sure if I would pick the belt though, right? Because the belt was the one that he picked and he left just to have it as a sign, you know, when he stand up for his father, to his father, and then beaten it up with him, right? And I think just, yeah, I would think probably the book. It's like a Game of Thrones to kill character, yeah, kinda is. That's basically the direction. Yeah. Like you as a designer, you just need to know, you know, when you should kill your characters, you know, how their stories should end, and so on. Okay, let's go with the book. Let's go with the book, guys.
When you go to war as a boy, you have a great illusion of immortality. Other people get killed, not you. Then, when you are badly wounded the first time, you lose that illusion. Rest easy, Tomb.
I would like to say a toast.
Okay.
Por mi hijo.
Let's just have a toast.
Thank you for your kind words, Vi. I'm glad you're here. It was a beautiful ofrenda we gave him.
Yeah.
A lot of people come today. Even that putica Jackie was messing around with.
Yeah. It's interesting. She realized, you know, that we brought his girlfriend with us.
Rayito de sol. What's wrong?
Okay, let's just stand up.
Her name
for Misty.
is Misty.
What?
Misty. She was very important to him. Do you understand? Go. Invite her along for dinner. It's the least she deserves.
Do you know what? You're a good woman. Jackie would want you to have these.
Oh, interesting. So we are offered... Yeah, let's do it.
Are you getting enough
Thank
sleep?
you. I'll take such good care of it.
Cuídate, Vi.
Yeah. And we just got the bike, right? We just got the bike, guys. Okay, I think that now, like, I love moment like this. By the way, on The Witcher 3, when I was working on the, Battle of Cormoran, one of the awesome things that I really wanted to do is to, after, the burial of Vesemir, which is a similar situation. I'm sorry if I'm spoiling Witcher 3 for you, but Vesemir's case is a bit similar to Jackie's, in a way, that we had to unfortunately take that decision. And the, like, I really wanted to have this moment, that after after the burial and so on, that you can, approach multiple people and talk to them in Witcher 3, So here, basically, we can just, go over and, like, check, okay, what are the other people.
What? You think you Ludius?
I'm not Ludius. Okay, let's talk to Misty.
Hey. You alright?
Yeah. I think I'm just still in that garage, mentally.
There's the question, how is the development of the DLCs going? I don't know. I hope it's fine. Not commenting on the...
Lupe's been handling their loss pretty good.
She's a strong woman.
Campos all torn up. Says he feels like he lost one of his own.
Wonder if he'll be as torn up after you die.
Oh, chingado. Don't go starting something, eh? Not today.
Okay, let's talk to
Would you
Patre.
another? For Jaquito?
For Jaquito. I don't know. DLC confirmed. DLC confirmed. I mean, I don't know what you guys mean. Like we told you that we're working on free DLCs like a few months ago, right?
Weird, being here without Jackie.
Can't shake the feeling I'm gonna turn around and see him sitting at the bar. In his favorite spot, where he always used to sit.
Pour. For Jackie.
Amen, sister.
There's a question from Hellfighter. Can you tell me, please, who designed scenes in Marriage Quest in the Hearts of Stone expansion? I love that quest. Huh. It's an interesting topic. That quest has been designed by Anish Anthony at that time, and then later it was taken over by Joanna Radomska from our team. So yeah, those two worked on it, not on that quest.
It's good you came. You'd have liked that. Wanted it.
Okay.
I'll have another.
Have as many as you want.
Let's just drink a bit. There's a question that maybe DLC is called Note Comment about DLC. Yeah, exactly. That would be a good title, though. Would be interesting title. Okay then. Let's see.
Hey, you! Have a drink with us. To Wells?
Okay. I'll just ask them.
Think we
Who
might
are you?
know each other.
Gustavo Horta.
V.
Yeah, I've heard about you. Well, heartfelt condolences, friend. From me, Campo, and all the Valentinos.
Thank you.
The weird spark waiting for my pasta to cook. Oh, cool. Okay, thanks. I appreciate you came over.
How'd you meet Jackie?
We started out together.
In the Valentinos?
No, in the fucking Bible
Mr.
book
Horta.
club. I got only good memories of him. Rest easy up there, brother.
Okay, let's just drink with them then.
All right, why not?
To Wells. May he rest in peace.
May he rest in peace. Okay. Had enough for
Good
one
for
day.
now. Thanks.
See? You gotta know when to stop.
Ay, give me a break. All right, let's go.
Martha Young, yeah. Martha and Gustavo. Okay, we talked to him. It's still, yeah, do you guys see where is, because I'm missing right now somebody important. Right, exactly, that person. I'm gonna miss him. Sucks to meet like this. I think that's the better one.
Sucks to meet like this, huh?
Wells is not so Wells.
Farewells aren't that bad once you get used to them.
Have you gotten used to him?
My V looks like V father was banging a cyborg. It's a good comment. Okay, let's drink together with
Jackie Wells,
with Pepe and Victor. We had a lot of vodka, by the way, or a lot of tequila actually, in this scene. Alexis wrote, this sort of reminds me of the feast in Skellige when Yen and making her super mad by drinking with all the NPCs. Good times. Oh, cool. That's the quest I designed and I implemented. So I'm glad you like it in The Witcher.
I should mingle, Vic.
Lots of tequila DLC confirmed. Yeah. Witcher vodka. Exactly. Okay. Guys, I'm just missing Padre. Can you guys tell me where the hell Padre is? Because I'm blind right now. Oh, right. Yeah, because we are only here. Yeah, I see, guys. I see that you're saying upstairs. Right, because I was only here. Okay, let's go upstairs then. I didn't actually ever talk to him. That's interesting. Yeah, okay, I remember now. But I really didn't talk to him here before.
Here to say goodbye to one of your own.
That's the thing, like playing.
I'm here to say goodbye to a good man.
Playing basically just you know, when the game is released is completely different. You know. It's a completely different feeling to play with you later. Okay. After death. Okay, let's just have a conversation with him.
You think Jackie's looking down upon us from up there?
I believe he has met God, stood before him.
That's it?
I don't know if God left the meeting happy, but
oh God,
Jackie did.
Interesting. Did you know Jackie?
Jackie. Did you know him well?
I remember the day his mother brought him into this world. The day his father left. The day he took you into his home. Yes, V. I knew him quite well.
How are things on street? Yeah, Padre is really cool and absolutely terrifying. Yeah, exactly. That's the thing. It's like when, yeah, I know. when you're
V, I'm listening.
When you're like building character like this, it's just like when you're able to just, you know, create this, like, I would say, cloud of mystery, you know, around the character who's like dangerous in the same time, has some secrets, but you know, that kind of character is intriguing. That's always interesting.
Go with God.
Okay. Okay, I think that we are ready to leave the bar at this point. He's basically Pablo Escobar of Night City. Oh, I guess you can say so, in a way. You know, I really what Geralt is thinking about Cyberpunk? Huh? I don't know. What Geralt could be thinking. Like, he had a conversation with Ciri about the Cyberpunk world that everybody thinks was about Cyberpunk world, so... Oh god. Okay, guys, so what are we doing? I think I should basically just leave it and then come back to the bar, right? In a moment. So let me get here. Sorry. Let's skip time. I don't remember really how long it took, so let's skip 3 days, I think. It's here. And I'll just go back to Coyote.
Shit!
Woo! Okay, relic is just malfunctioning. Okay, all good. Damn, V. Damn, we are collapsing here. It's interesting though, because this is Ibunike, you know. Ibunike is the name of the, you know, of the former president, of course, you know, of Night City, and also the name of the ship, right, that we will be visiting at some point. Was actually during quest I had the pleasure to work on, so that's why I'm mentioning this. La chingona dorada. It's really awesome that as a player, you know, you can come over here and just see them, you know, that they were placed basically as a part of Ofrenda and Jackie's guns.
This is a travesty.
The music's good though. I never got Jackie's weapons. Oh god, I forgot. Well. Okay then, guys, what would you, if I would live in Night City, in which district? I don't know, I kind of like Kabuki. It's like this, has this family feel, you know, but honestly, you know, it's not the best place to live, I think, so, to be completely honest with you. Even though it can be really charming and beautiful in places, sometimes. That's the car that I stolen before. Okay, guys, do you think that we could do something here? Just looking what else we have on the list. This is very high. There are the moderate, yeah, regarding the... Oh, that's the beast in me, by the way. I'm not sure if we have Arrow with us, but yeah, that's his quest. Okay, I think we are going for Sandra now, so we will finish up this story. Let me just check how my character looks like, because we have some points that we can distribute. So let's ramp up that reflexes, because we are going to... Yeah, just a bit more into the handguns. Oh, I never really placed that point before. Oh, because we died. Okay. There's a question, why everyone tried sometimes to leave Night City? Well, I mean, because people are just... You know, it's a... In a way, it's, you know, a city of dreams, but it's also a terrible place to live. So... I suspect that's really the answer, you know. Oh no, here we go with Night City, with Night Corp conspiracies. Oh no, I'm not. Let me, guys, make actual like a save game, just in case. I know that you know, there was a lot of questions regarding, you know, the conspiracy and everything behind the Night Corp, but I'm not commenting on it. So let's call her. I'll let you guys figure it out.
V, you're V, right?
Oh hey, Sandra.
Find the databank?
Glad you're holding up.
Someone's back in tip-top shape. Trauma must have put you back together in no time.
Yep, good as new. Still, if not for you, wouldn't have been anything left to put back together. Never got the chance to thank you properly. Wasn't there someone else with you? Big guy? Whenever you get a chance, tell him I said thanks.
Are we telling the truth? I guess so.
Yeah, about that. Jackie's dead.
Yeah, guys. Ooh.
No. My condolences. It wasn't because of me, was it?
No. He was killed by Arasaka. Wasn't too long after.
Kazuliski wrote there should be a DLC emote. That's a cool. It's a cool idea. I have to admit, it's a cool
Be
idea.
happy you remembered him. Anyway, what matters is that we're still alive. Now, about that,
The databank, do you have it?
Yeah, do you have it? I really love, you know, that moment when actually like characters from like different quests, you know, come back later and their story in a way continues, you know. This is not always possible, of course, because we have way too many characters in the game and so on to always do that.
You there?
But we always try, you know, at least with the characters that make sense.
Ever since they told me
Or
what
it's
happened,
possible, you know.
I just can't stop seeing them. I figured they must have had it. But, you know, it's not like I was gonna go looking for it myself after. I keep telling myself it's over. The ones who took me are gone.
Yeah, you can feel like, you know, the
Look,
trauma after
I
this
don't know
whole
if I'm the right person
situation
to talk
when
to
it's creeping
about
up to
this.
her.
I'm not too great with the
Oh no, I didn't like decrypt it
Can we
yet.
get
No.
back to, you know, Liz?
Sorry. You're right. I should be focusing on what's in front of me.
You mean me? The job or something else?
It's nothing. Just bring the data bank to my apartment. Sending you the address now.
Okay, okay, we're receiving the data. Good, cool. I really like, you know, the fact, you know, how the UI is used and so on to just give us a feeling as a player that we have really found the that we have really received the data. Let me go to the shards actually, because I'm just checking. Articles, literature. Yeah, that's the schedule. Bushido. Yeah. That's the Operation Carpe Noctem, military data shard, diary. I have so many of them though. Wasn't it the diary, right? That was the one that Sandra was talking about, right? I think. Right, because the quest. Okay, yeah, I think it's this one. Okay. Yeah. Oh, this is Saburo's. Really? Huh, I didn't know that. It's interesting. Yeah, you can see, guys, like, even though, you know, I was working on the game, I really, you know, it really didn't allude to me that that's the, yeah, I think that's... Well, it could be worse, We are not doing that bad. Okay, Operation Carpe Noctem for Night Corp internal use only. Huh, let's check it out. Okay, there is a weird thing going on. Okay, crack some eggs, don't crack it. Okay. For Night Corp internal use only. The tests have come back successfully. The artificial intelligence C907 has proven itself capable of bypassing commercial device-specific and macro security systems accessible to Night Corp employees on the lowest ranks. None of the test subjects were aware that this experiment was being conducted on them. In compliance with the orders it was given, C907 focused mostly on subject HK13, which at the time of experiment commenced was classified as calm and empathetic. After a period of subliminal conditioning, as we perceived, HK13 began to display acute psychopathic behavior. The highlight was a dispute over coffee during which HK13 strangled one of their colleagues, then jumped out of 16th floor window on the research facility. We'll soon commence the next phase of the procedure and call C907 onto the devices of our actual target. That is really interesting. Yeah, you guys are saying Yeah, the Night Corp is more shitty than Night Corp. Night Corp is more shitty than Arasaka. In a way, it is. There's a question: do I still watch the LEC? Yeah, I do. I mean, maybe a bit less than, but maybe a bit less than last time. But yeah, I do. Actually, okay then, let's guys meet Sandra. I'm just looking at the, yeah, because we are close to 11, so I will be, we'll be soon wrapping up the stream, but, let us try to actually see the, Sandra, so, let's see call Jackie's car, go Jackie's arch. Come over. Let's go. Let's meet Sandra. Do the guys like the bikes in the game? I personally, I don't know. Like once, of course, it's really cool because I can see my character, so that's awesome. But second thing is, it's like I don't know. They're so cool to drive, and also like because the Night City like roads and so on are like, slim and thin to drive. It's like a pleasure to really drive when. With my vehicle is like slim and small because I can sneak between the cars and so on. So and our favorite radio is playing with some kooky Zomba music. Oh shit! I think I actually can go forward. Can I? Jesus. Let's go back. Oops, yeah, I mean a bit, there's a comment, hopefully there's more bikes in DLC. Well, I don't know anything about this, so, you know, guys, no comment about the topic. Woohoo! Driving is much better in first-person model. Yeah, I mean, in the when it comes to driving, yeah, absolutely. Like I feel like I personally like driving in first person is fine, but I just like find it much more enjoyable. Oh, I think I missed the driveway because I think I need to go around. Do I? Yeah, I think I have to go here, right? Because I need to go up to cross. Yeah, I have to. Why the only character Night City that can drive motorcycles? Huh? I'm really not completely aware. I think it might be the you know, a limitation on the side of the technology. But to be completely honest, I'm not the most, how to say, informed about the subject because that's absolutely not my area of expertise, right? So I just cannot really tell you exactly what is the reason. I suspect it might be connected to basically the pathfinding specifically because like motorcycles are much more complex than cars just because of their like size and the way how they are handled. Because like, you know, motorcycle can drive like between cars, can drive between people and so on. So I think like doing a NPCs, you know, driving motorcycles much more complex. So I suspect that might be that might be the reason. But as I said, like you guys need to divide by 3 what I'm saying here because I'm really not completely fully aware what were the issues that that our designers have been facing regarding the topic. Okay, let's go to the apartments. Okay. Okay, let's knock. We'll see what happens. Sandra, are you
Sandra,
there?
it's me, V.
Yeah,
Got
thank
your
you for
databank.
coming over, Spark. See you around.
Sandra, you in there?
Are you alone? Did anyone follow you?
What does it look like?
Come on. Don't like leaving the door open.
Still worried about the scabs? My, friend told me your memory'd be scraped clean.
The scavengers? No, I'm worried about... no, it doesn't matter. You bring the databank?
Okay, let's go.
Nice place you got here.
Tasteful.
Tasteful.
Thanks.
Okay, what are you worried about?
It's not the scabs you're worried about, then who?
Look, I didn't pay you to come here and ask me personal questions.
Hey, you.
Why do you guys think I should kill her though?
That isn't worth anything.
It was worth whatever you got paid. Don't pretend I wasn't just another small-time job for you. Now, did you bring the databank?
Give me something to work with here.
Okay, I just want to check the place, you know, because it is very, very, very fucking suspicious. This whole thing, you know. There is something going on. Entry 38. Okay, let's check it. What is it? They're watching me, and not just on the net. Some shady-looking types followed me all the way to work today. When I finally worked up the nerve to turn around and face them, they vanished. Maybe I'm just paranoid, but I think they were speaking Russian. I'm starting to get a little freaked out. Okay. Oof. Oof. Okay. Okay, there's another one. Entry 36. Okay, let's check this one. Entry 36. Weird. It looks like Anon 42 was right after all. I recently found a previously uncharted section of the net out in the boonies, even though I'd already been there maybe 20 odd times. I guess you can only access it with the right parameters. It only costs me a week of sleepless nights, but I finally finished the Leviathan and punched through the section undetected. At least I think. Good thing too, because it turns out Anno 42 sect Nightcore serviced against me. I really should take a break, quit the net for a few months. But those files did look very suspicious. Huh. Okay. Let's keep looking actually, because there seems to be a lot of interesting things going on. Okay. There's entry 37. You think she's going to be related to Mr. Blue Eyes? Yeah, in a way. Who knows? Who knows? Oh god, it closed. Let me just jump really quickly to what I was yes, I was about to go to the shards. Where is that? In what category it was placed? Literature, cyberpsycho, notes. Okay, let's check this entry. Jesus, those files. Maybe I should have just left them alone. Each of them could be a puppet without even realizing it. And those flights to the moon, what are they cooking up there? Was it human DNA, or I couldn't run a through scan? I only had time to break through one folder's eyes. Either way, I'm pretty sure they flagged me. Can't tell if it was an unmasking demon or the dweller. Huh. Interesting. Yeah. This is a pretty shiny hat. Oh. What, my hat? My hat is pretty good. Like, actually, we have a makeshift bandana. Cool. Actually, V is really fucking skilled in, like, making her hair, you know, reworking her hair to make it, like, fit nicely. Actually, this is a cool hair, cool bandana, you know. Sus, yeah. Okay. Okay, let's leave it. So guys, what do you guys think? Should we give her the databank? Maybe I'll save the game. I'll save the game because there's something suspicious going on here. Yes, I should. Okay. Why Fashion Night City is everywhere and you can't switch to third person to look for yourself? Well, I mean, those are two completely disconnected topics, right? Like, Fashion Night City is everywhere, yeah, that's true, and that's like in the lore and so on, that matters, and you as a player, you can dress up, as you see, like, in lots of different ways and so on, and we have, like, different clothing and so on to do that, but the third person topic is connected to just vision of the game, right? Like, you're just questioning, you know, the fact that the game should be in a first person or third person, right? And it's an absolutely different topic. Like, of course, you know, you can you can think that that would be better for the game. Like, I would say as a designers, we thought that first person is a better choice. And also, like, I was talking about it in the past, like, guys, you know, I did multiple third person perspective games, and just making on a first person perspective game is just a new interesting challenge, is something, you know, interesting, basically, it's just interesting, you know, to do, just artistically, like something completely new for us, and as a studio, we never have been, you know, working before on games like that. And what's important, I wanted to point out to you, is like, you know, like everybody, like a lot of, not everybody, but a lot of reviewers and players pointed out that the first person works really well for Cyberpunk. So, like, it hasn't been a wrong choice, right? It's just, and it was a lot of work to pull it off, you know, correctly, and to make it, like, feel good, especially in the scenes and so on.
Give me something to work with here. Here. Don't worry, it's completely intact.
Okay.
When someone tells me not to worry, it usually means they're hiding something.
Okay.
You wouldn't happen to have seen what's inside, would you?
Oof. What are we doing, guys? Oof. What about... Oof.
Give me something to work with here.
Should we be truthful with Sandra? I don't know, Sandra. Okay.
Alright, you got me. I looked inside. I know everything.
That's what I thought. So what's your next move?
Blackmail you? Nothing? Congratulate you?
Give me something to work with here.
I don't know, I kind of don't want to blackmail her, or I would feel shit about this. Let's go.
To congratulate you, of course. Anyone who hacks Night Corps earned my respect.
Yeah.
Oh. Well, thank you. You know, if they end up going through with it, then...
The net will become even more dangerous. You were worried they'd find out about you.
Exactly.
Yep. What demons did you use? Do we have... We are too dumb to use that intelligence. Level up? Yeah, we'll just go and play. Yeah. There's a question, how come Nanowire became just another melee weapon rather than the cool-ass hacking tool we saw before? I was answering that question like a few streams ago already. Like, first of all, like, I cannot really answer completely, you know, from the perspective of gameplay designers, because I was not the guy that was working on it, so I really don't know what was behind the decisions, but I simply trust our gameplay designers, right? They probably assumed that it simply didn't work as good as we think it would. Like, that's really it, you know? Like, that's always the risk when we are showing you guys, like, a work in progress things, you know? And that doesn't matter if it's Cyberpunk, if it's Witcher, or any really other game. It's very universal, I would say, for whole game development. It's just like, sometimes you just think that this is a good direction, you try it, you do your best, and it really doesn't work, right? And then you have to have, I would say, you have to be brave enough to say, okay, you know what? it will be a melee weapon instead of the hacking device, because it does not work the way we wanted it to. And that's the thing, like iteration is really your best friend when you're a game dev. Because at the end, what matters is basically like what is the shape of the game when the player puts their hand on it, on the game, not really like how it was, you know, throughout the how it was like throughout the development, you know, and what was and what didn't end up in the final product, because the iteration's extremely important. And you know, like it all goes down to trust. Like we as devs, we always try to do our best to always like pick what is the best for the game in the given moment, right? What works best and so on. So when our gameplay designers decided to go different path, I assume they had real reasons to do so.
Give me something to work with here. Using AGI to condition workers' minds. That's some supervillain shit right there.
Eventually, it'll let them control anyone they want. That's what scares me the most.
Glad to see there are runners who are finding old school dirt like this. I just hope it gets put to good use.
Oh, it will. Don't you worry about that. Here.
Hi, I'm very excited about patch 1.23. Great job. Awesome. Thank you. I'm glad you like 1.23. What happened to humanity score? I mean, again, purely a gameplay question, I would say. I assumed that there wasn't a cool enough way to pull it off in the game to just like have it in that form. Like that's really what it is. Maybe there was, yeah, I would assume that was exactly what happened, you know. But as I said, like, I'm not the gameplay designer, so I'm sorry I cannot offer much more insight here. That's not something I was dealing with, or the team or the teams I've been working with have been, so hard for me to answer. Okay, then let's go to the bottom floor. I think guys will actually save and then switch to the questions and so on, because it's already yeah, exactly, it's already 11:15. Yeah, Camille wrote it's kind of late. Shall we? Yeah, exactly, we shall probably wrap it up slowly. So let me guys save the game. Just save here. We actually managed to play quite a bit. Okay, that's us, and hopefully we'll be able to play some cool cyberpunk music at the background as well, while we are talking, while I'm looking at your guys' questions right now in just this last few minutes. Hello, YouTuber from the future. Hello. Yato wrote though I would buy Cyberpunk, but I'm afraid of ton of bugs. I mean, honestly, if you're like afraid of the bugs, then the best advice that I can always give you is just simply wait and look basically what happens with the game. Look at the opinions of other people, and basically you will know, you know, when how the game looks like, and you can just ask your friend or whoever, you know, how the game is looking for them, how it's playing, and so on. Like we'll keep improving and working on the game. Like we have shown you guys our roadmap, and you know that still didn't change. You know, we are like 9 patches. I think we have done 9 patches so far, and there are things that we work on. So. The bugs are overblown by clickbait YouTubers. Well, I mean, you know how it is. It's just you know, everybody's doing, I would say, their part of a job. I definitely feel that maybe the bugs have been like, you know, well, quite overblown, to be completely honest with you. But you know, I cannot say that the game has been in like perfect shape or anything at the moment when we released it, and that's why we keep on improving it and working on it, you know. Yeah. Okay, then I'm just looking because there's so many. Is there a way to change your TV LED to yellow? Yes, there is. Yes, there is. There is, but not for you. Like I can change it actually in the back. It just the yellow didn't really look that well. The music makes you want to play again. Yeah, exactly. Will we ever be able to fly over Night City? Huh. I mean, I cannot really talk about the future plans. Like, we really didn't. We didn't really, like plan out and work on the flying vehicles, through the throughout the production. And so, like, that was like basically because how we knew that the game will be extremely difficult to make when it comes to like technical complexity. The flying vehicles hasn't been something that was like on our radar. Maybe it was like in extremely early conversations, regarding what we could do and so on. But that's the state, the moment when you really have just a paper design, I would say, and you're just throwing out ideas and dreaming, I would say, But then when you start actually making the game, then you have to make actual real decisions. Okay, what it's gonna be, what we are going to do, and so on. So yeah, Cyberpunk goes back to PlayStation Store tomorrow. Yep, exactly. Thanks again for the stream and insight. Love the game and love to hear about the process of making it. Yeah, thank you, Kogito, so much for being here. I know you're here every time. It's really a pleasure to have you here, and I really appreciate you guys like coming over, week by week and just being here. It's awesome. I saw also that Ayano also wrote that it was just the chat went so fast. Thank you for the stream. Good to have you back. Yeah, thank you, Ayano, so much, and thank you for being here with us, today and modding and so on. It's always awesome to have you here. Thought you guys thought on your guys removing movement-based exploit like key hooping. Huh? It's a good example, a good question. Daredevil Moon 12. That's the question from you. I mean, the thing is, like, first of all, like that movement exploit hasn't been, of course, intended. And thing is, like, as you know, that moving exploit has been causing the players to traverse like a large distances, and this is not always possible for all the platforms and so on, right? We just need to make sure that like all the features are working well with like the streaming of the game, with all the platforms that the game works on and so on. And when suddenly there is a exploit for movement that allows you to traverse spaces and our streaming hasn't been adjusted to it, because we always try to make it in a way that the features work together with all, I would say, bottom, like with all engine part of the game, right? And that exploit hasn't been planned as a part of a movement, so there was a real risk of players using it and then basically breaking game for themselves, not really knowing about it, right? And because we didn't like pre-plan to actually have something like this in the game, it was a very, very, I would say, dangerous exploit for the, like, I would say, stability and consistency of the game. Even though I personally think that, like, some exploits can be really fun for the players, even like knowing, and so on. Like, by accident, player might be breaking the game for himself or herself and not knowing about it. So we have to be, like, we have a responsibility as devs to just make sure that, even you as a player, you're not breaking the game unknowingly for yourself. So that's a bit more background, regarding that decision. Oh God, you guys are asking so much. Nexify wrote, is multiplayer or co-op still coming? I mean, I won't be commenting on our future projects. Like, we didn't, communicate with you guys that any changes of our plans happened, so I will leave it at that. If you could change anything you wanted about the game, what would you change? Mr. Matson wrote. Huh. I mean, what I would change? Well, I was talking about in the past about the fact that as a dev, I would just love to, especially like on the quest and story side, increase the cooperation between quests and open world, so that you guys, when you're like playing different quests and so on, you have more impact and you have more, I would say, connection between all kinds of different kinds of stories in our game. That's for sure something that I would love to improve moving forward. And just keep on learning and like learning, okay, how to do it even better and so on. Even though we have like bazillion connections like this, some of them are not really seen by the players because they are maybe not telegraphed clearly enough. This is a word that we're using very often to just like describe that process. You know what it means to, you know, show you, you know, that the consequences of that connection happen. It's called telegraphing. So even though we have done bazillion connections like this, a lot of players just completely missed that because they were too subtle. They were too, sometimes maybe too small. I don't really feel they were too small. I think they were too subtle, you know, in a lot of times. And this was like, I think also like a big difference between Witcher and Cyberpunk is that in Cyberpunk we have been like way more subtle, and we sort of assumed that players will figure things out or see things and so on. And sometimes it just takes you guys like months to figure out. I'm seeing like, you know, like threads on Reddit pop in like from times to time that people figure out things that are like since, you know, half a year in the game, you know, and people suddenly, you know, figure it out. It's Johnny's team, yeah, it's the Rebel Puff is playing, exactly. Oh god, you guys, there's so many questions. There's a question from Rastat Swag 00. Do you think Cyberpunk should be available on old generation? In my opinion, abandoning the old generation would help the game perform better on the next gen and PC. Super difficult question to me, you know, because first of all, it's a business question. It's not a design question, right? It's not like the fact that we were on old consoles limited me as a quest designer from doing what I wanted, right? It didn't, right? It's not the fact that you have a game on old console and because of that we wrote worse story or something. Like it has no connection whatsoever, right? So your question is more targeted towards our engineers, I guess, programmers and so on, and maybe artists who are deep down doing the optimization. Of course, you know, like quest department, cinematic department, open world department, story maybe a bit less. We have been all doing optimization of the game, right? But it's not the primary part, I would say, of our work. It's just a fracture, right? So this really didn't impact me much, so I can't really comment, right? Now, when it comes to the old generation, I mean, so speaking as a player, I would love to play Cyberpunk and old gen. Simply because, like, if I couldn't afford buying a new Xbox or new PlayStation, which we all know is not an easy feat, right? Also, like, we all know that, you know, like first like buying new console but also buying new rig, right? During COVID it's like hard to upgrade your own rig. So speaking as a player, I would want the Cyberpunk on old gen because I could play the game versus me not playing the game at all and then having an option to, let's say, watch it on YouTube, right? So speaking as a player, I would definitely want to have it. So I guess that's the as good answer as I can tell you, right? Like, I mean, from business perspective, it made a lot of sense, right, to made it for the old gen, right? Because just the player base is just gigantic, right? And it's just like, I don't know, I don't want to be the guy that comes into like, I don't know, 20 million PlayStation players and tell them, hey guys, you won't play Cyberpunk. Or like, you know, I don't know how many million, you know, Xbox players and tell them, hey guys, you won't play Cyberpunk. It's just like, you know, it's... So, I mean, my personal opinion is, yeah, it should be on old gen. Honestly, considering all the things, also considering the fact that we have started working on the game in like, you know, like mainly in like middle of 2016, right? After we released a second expansion to The Witcher 3, so Blood and Wine. After that, majority of the team moved on Cyberpunk because before it was just a very tiny team doing prototypes and so on. So it's just like considering that this is the time when we started and then we sort of released at the moment of a transition between different generations, I think it would be just unfair for the players, you know, not to release on old gen. And, you know, I'm not contesting, you know, the fact that what's released should be like stellar, right? Should be like in a better quality and so on. But this is what we are doing right now, right? We are doing our best to really just improve it as much as we can. So yeah, I think this is the most elaborate answer I can give you regarding this. Sorry guys, just a lot of questions. Just trying to like jump from between those and then read it really fast. Some say there is less NPCs on streets after patch 1.23. I checked it myself and I have the same feeling. What's happening? It kind of sucks for PC users. I really don't think it's true, to be completely honest with you. Like, we have been testing this quite a lot, and at least from what I know, there was a major improvement in like amount of people. Like, I just give it a bit more time and let's see what people say, you know, because of course, you know, we have been doing like major changes for performance and so on for 1.23. This is one of the reasons why it took a bit longer to just make that patch. But we did not observe like major drop in like number of NPCs, so it shouldn't be the case. But hard for me to comment on. Maybe like, you know, it is always a possibility that something slipped on our side and something broke. But if it did, then we'll address it moving forward. So you know, don't worry about it. Like, if you really see that that's an issue, just let know our customer support, like, pointed out, hey, I'm seeing that after like 23, you know, this or that is wrong, and then we'll definitely look into it. You know, what's wrong there. Oh god, guys, I just don't know even which question should I read. What is the next gen version expected? I will bring back the hype that it had last year. Well, I mean, I don't know about the hype, so because, you know, I'm not a marketing guy. I'm not a marketing guy. But when is the next gen version expected? Well, as always, we'll talk to you as soon as we can about that topic. But it's coming. What franchise, personally, do you think can be adapted into video game? Oh god, I think there's so many IPs that could be. You know, like, I think we have proven with both with Witcher, with Cyberpunk, maybe it was a bit more, I would say, natural when it was translated to the game. But you can pretty much make a game out of any IP, to be completely honest with you. So, of course, like, when it comes to open world RPGs with like deep lore, the best choices are always the lores and the games that have the biggest, deepest, I would say, lore. And like, me personally, I think like always the best choice is something that when your lore has something iconic to it. So let's say when it comes to Witcher, you know, when it comes to Witcher, it's an excellent thing is you know, the fact that it's a Slavic mythology, something that hasn't been brought up before to the, I would say, Western audience in a major way. And because of that, we could popularize that. Also, like, because it was a dark fantasy setting and everything connected to it. When it comes to Cyberpunk, again, same thing. Cyberpunk is a niche genre in general. So like, we have pretty much made it to the AAA, to the main stream, making our game, and just everything that was connected with this game being made. So always when looking for the IPs, you know, for the game to turn something into the game, you just need something that we call USP, which is the unique selling point. And by that I mean like something unique, very unique to your lore, something very unique to your game. Something very unique to this title. Okay, guys, I think we'll be wrapping it up. Really, there's just there's more and more comments coming, but I don't think I can really answer much more. Guys, we will see each other in a week, and then we can continue this conversation. I just wanted to you know, thank really fast Reds that have been here during this stream. There was Kajtek Kapuściński, our cinematic lead. There was Vitrian, our cinematic designer. Michał Zbrzeźniak, another cinematic designer. We had Ero with us, our quest designer. Stealth Spell, who's still with us. It's Despina, who joined us as always every week. We have Chivok. Chivok is our customer support specialist, who's always helping out in making sure that we all know about the issues that are sent to the customer support. And we have Eskil, our audio quality assurance specialist, really a guy that helped us out a lot of times with issues connected to audio in our game. And then we have our two amazing moderators. Ayano is our UI producer. You probably know her. She's streaming Destiny 2. You can check her out in my recommended streamers. And then, last but not least, of course, Sapphire. And Sapphire is my girlfriend, the one that is always with us here, who's always helping. So, that being said, I wanted to wish you guys a wonderful time, wonderful rest of Sunday, or wherever you are, whatever time zone you are. As always, we'll see each other in a week from now. On the same time at 8 p.m. CST, we'll keep on playing Cyberpunk because our goal is to finish 100% of it on the stream. So it's a bit challenging goal. We may release, another game before I'm done with playing Cyberpunk on stream. But I think it's gonna be really fun. I'm really enjoying doing it with you guys. Thank you guys so much. I will leave you with some awesome Cyberpunk music. Have a great rest of the day, and we'll see each other next time. Bye bye.